What's up? You know, I was actually not even going to touch on this stuff anymore. What's up, Chandelier? But, you know, I want to see the man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Josh? So apparently, the man that sued Ryan and got the 17.5 has done come to YouTube to do an interview. And, I watched some of this girl. Somebody had sent me, and I appreciate it too, really, because I had missed a lot. I had gum, I'd missed a lot. I didn't realize I had missed that much. And sometimes it's just good to take a refresher, right? Just like when your driver's license, even though you had a license for a long time, you know how to drive, you still got to go down there and take a refresher, right? Just kind of keep up with everything. Yeah, Jen, rest in peace. What's up, McGrubbin? I think if I mispronounced your name, it wasn't on purpose. So this is on Down the Rabbit Hole. And I guess from what she was saying, they used a lot of her clips and a lot of other people's clips in that courtroom. I did not know that. I wasn't aware of that. And man, just watching some of the stuff, dude, I was like, whoa, how in the fuck did I miss that? But I did. You know, when the police department called you or text you or whatever on Instagram, you probably should call him back, right? And if he would have, a lot of this probably wouldn't have went as far as it did. Just to be honest, I mean, and the fact that they could have settled out, whoever was around him at the time, which is not their responsibility, but you damn sure got to try to talk them into it. You know what I'm saying? As a friend, as a friend. Mm, mm.
Good. How are you? My
Good. Thanks
goodness.
for having me.
So I gave you a little intro, right? And I
Yes.
mean, literally, I guess maybe one of my first questions is like, why this case? Why, what got you even here?
$17.5 million. That's what's got him there. I don't know if that was it, Airstream. He kind of did that to himself, though. I mean, you have to admit what he did was crazy. As far as like, even at the time when he said that she wasn't real, I honestly, I looked at my wife and I said, "Why in the fuck did he say that?" Even I thought that was far fetched. You know what I'm saying? It really was. That was kind of out there. I really did not understand that. Now, um, could somebody from why would the industry do that to him? He was already kind of declining, if you're being honest now. And I know I know you like Ryan a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's really not. But when somebody does, like, when somebody plays around with a loaded weapon and they shoot themselves in the face, you can't blame the weapon. You understand what I'm saying? Ruger didn't do that to him because Ruger's, even if they gave him right, it's self-inflicted, Josh. That's what I was getting at.
Well, it's interesting. It's obviously all this stuff happened in California. Kylie went missing in
Hey, Miss
California.
Jim.
Most of the coverage was California. But Ryan Upchurch, 2,000 miles away from there, lives not far from me here in Nashville. And he was the one who was putting all of this disinformation out there. And if you want to sue someone, the best place to do that is where they live, because that's where their assets are, that's where their homes are. So when you get a judgment and you really want to collect it, you got to go to the place where the person lives. So that's how I got involved. David Robertson reached out to me and told me a little bit about the case. I had not heard anything about Kylie or the disappearance. I didn't know who Ryan Upchurch was, or had never heard of him, had no idea there's this guy in Ashland City with 3 million YouTube subscribers and this massive platform. I mean, it was all this whole, I didn't know what a YouTube live was.
And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of Ryan's fans going to this guy's Google page, they can blame it on themselves, right? Because they went and attacked that man on Google. like wrote all kinds of nasty shit about his business, never had ever had even been there. So are you really a fan if you're going and doing that shit? Or are you just a fucking terrorist online thinking that you're sitting at your home, saying all kinds of slick shit? It's pretty fucking weird, man. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? But why would you go and try to destroy a person's business? Everybody knew when he said that she wasn't real, that he was fucked up. Everybody knew that. And I kept hoping that he would gain some kind of control, but just farther and farther down the hole he went.
Was before this case. So, look how far we've come, right? I'm on one now, I guess. So, that was basically how I got involved.
My goodness. So you just got a call, right? And it was like, hey, would you be interested in this case? And you're like, sure, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but sure, why not? And
No doubt,
ultimately,
mister.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me just, the thing that appealed to me about it was I took one look at what he was, what David Robertson was describing. And I said, this sounds like the Alex Jones case. Sounds exactly like Alex Jones. So that is why I said, I think there's something to investigate here. So.
Oh my God. That's interesting, right? And that was the opinion of Judge Campbell, by the way, when all of this was when he was writing his opinion. That's interesting. So, okay, so then,
so I wonder if this lawyer wasn't in his fucking chat. I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit so I don't get struck playing this. But I have to wonder if this lawyer wasn't in his chat asking him, because we heard, hey man, ain't you worried about getting sued like Alex Jones? Hey, Kevin.
That was the introduction to you and all this. You're in Tennessee. You didn't know who Ryan Upchurch was as well. Am I hearing this correctly?
Right. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then, I mean, what was your impression of the behavior? I mean, what did you think?
I mean, it was shocking. I couldn't tell, does he actually believe this stuff? Is this an act that he's putting on? Like, what is this genuine? That was a big issue actually in the case was, did he believe this stuff, or was it just, his opinion and his content changes based on where he is and who he's talking to? I think it's a little of both. I think that there was some, substance use involved, frankly, that, was also a big factor. But we didn't know until we got very deep in the case what was his explanation for what he was saying and why he was saying it. And there's still not really a coherent answer about that, but we can talk more about it if you want.
For sure. I mean, definitely. Do you have a better understanding of social media, do you think now? Was this because your firm is like personal injury when I was looking a little bit into it. So I was like, well, they're kind of very dedicated to this, but I don't know if this is like a different kind of case for you or what this was for you.
Well, definitely. I mean, I would call us more like a boutique type firm because we do, standard personal injury, but we do constitutional civil rights, medical malpractice. So this is a classic personal injury, defamation. And actually a larger piece of this was something called intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Yes.
So, those are things that we know how to handle, but no, the social media aspect of it was just taking that and applying it to a whole massive new scale that I had never seen before or understood. As an example, one of the things that I initially gravitated to in this case was when Ryan Upchurch says this crazy thing that, the family is not the family. They're actually related to this girl named Callie Ross. Do you remember that video?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that, right? And I still to this day wonder who the fuck put out that picture.
Real person.
This family has been filling and filling their mill food recycler for a week now. And yet it's still not full.
And
what's up,
she lived in that nearby in that area. She was a high school senior at the time, but people came after her and what blew up her comment section and told her she was a liar. She's Kylie Rodney. Police came to her house. Like her life was impacted by this because of Upchurch's like crazy, bizarre comment that people, had that ramification all the way to her. And she actually testified at the trial and was a crucial witness for us. But the idea that the social media had this kind of impact, that was, that people could take this stuff seriously, I guess I could say, was something I didn't really appreciate. And it was also something that was important for us to make the jury understand. Like, I know, we know this sounds crazy, but like people actually believed this stuff. And that was part of the harm here,
one of the disconnections that I have found, and maybe even by my own experience, is that there is a huge disconnection between the court and social media, and even in explaining this to whether it's a jury or regular people that don't know what YouTube is. The reality is that during the C-19 situation, it really pushed people to go online and find different levels of entertainment. So I think that there was a push for true crime specifically, right, as far as this goes. So I'm thinking in my mind,
well,
right, if you're unfamiliar, I think, you're getting familiar with what happened.
I think with the true crime thing, I think a lot of people watch it and a lot of people participate in it because money. A lot of them use it to get money. Watching Bullhorn and that other dude up there, I'm telling you, when the Quentin Simon case was going on, that really affected me, watching what was going on out there. That grandmother had just lost her baby, done anything to anybody, and the people out there screaming like packs of wolves out there. It was wild to watch. What's up, Drew? I don't know if I said what's up.
Kylie and her family and the impact, and
yeah, we got
all this. I mean, was there
chat,
anything that stood out to you initially that was like, oh man, like this is something that we have to stop, or there's definitely a safety concern here as you are navigating with your clients?
Yeah, I mean, to take up that last part, safety concern, there is a question of like, how serious is this? Is this a threat? The family was concerned about that, and showed those videos to various, security people, law enforcement. Could it have ramifications offline? That was a similar aspect of the Alex Jones case, which was, people that believed Alex Jones' Sandy Hook, conspiracy theory went and harassed these families. They'd send them hateful emails, call them, just harass them while they were walking down the street. And so, there was some of that in terms of, David ran this Lost Trail Lodge that actually built by hand.
InfoWars, they never will. They never will take into account that people were trolling him back, right? Because it's ultimately, even when you road rage with somebody, you are responsible for your actions. Unfortunately, that's just the way that the law is. Now, should people be held accountable? Yeah, man. Kyle Busch, bro? Are you serious? You got to be kidding, Slayback. When did that happen?
It's like a family lodge, right?
Yeah,
this was
like a backcountry ski lodge, like a bunch of cabins. Kylie grew up there, spent a lot of her life there. But their Yelp reviews got flooded with crazy people accusing them of doing like child sacrifices and all this stuff. People that we could actually connect back to Upchurch, some of them, like the one that you did the videos on, whose name I don't like to say, but the guy with the knife is what we call him.
So those people, Spice Girls mask.
Who are they? Who are they talking about? The guy with the knife. Who are they talking about?
They're the cops in Truckee, and they're like, "Is this a threat?" And it's like, "Yeah, it could be, but like, he probably can't afford the bus fare out here, so but so that's why they bought security cameras and David testified at the trial that he pulled the numbers off of his mailbox. He didn't want people to know where he lived, and so I mean those concerns were real. Damn. For sure.
So it wasn't just like a parasocial, parasocial like fan base. This was a real, like these your clients were receiving actual threats, actual harm from all of this.
Well, one of the big ones, and so this is kind of interesting. I know you might ask about defamation, but one of the worst videos was when Upchurch uploaded a video of Dan's house, and he zooms in on Google Earth on his phone, and it gets like over 150,000 views. As it happens, it was uploaded on September 1st, which was Kylie's birthday, September 1st. And also it was the day she was cremated.
Dang.
So he's getting this video on this like worst day of his life, and he's absolutely in fear of his life because who knows who's going to come after him. So yeah, I mean, that was real. And the impact of that video was a huge emphasis at trial. So, and it's not strictly defamation. It's not like nothing in the video was false. I mean, really, it's just that had this harassing effect that he was doing that. So that was part of the infliction of distress claim, which is kind of a big focus.
Right. And so the connection, I think, and people get lost in the sauce on this, right, is just basically that tying into Ryan Upchurch to, things that he was saying, and then his fans, how they were acting and the things that they were doing. And I think that people online, because it does happen, people think that, well, it's just, are they really following through with the things that they're saying? So when we're seeing these videos and you're seeing the magnitude of kind of, I mean, some of it, I saw that in real life. A lot of us did, right? So we had a different perspective, like that's not normal and it's not funny. Like, this guy has 3.3 million people that follow him. Who is going to threaten who, to pinpoint all of that. So you were able to tie a lot of these people to the actionable conduct.
Yeah, I mean, so the video, for example, we were just talking about the guy with. Well, there's a video, and I think you've played it on one of your streams, where that guy is like hyping up Ryan Upchurch, and he says, "I discovered Ryan Upchurch through the Kylie Rodney case. Go listen to his music." And then we could connect it back the other way, which was Upchurch had posted on his Instagram a thumbnail of one of that guy's videos. So it was like that guy was hyping Upchurch hyping Upchurch up, and Upchurch was kind of encouraging him on the back end. And the jury saw all that and saw like this kind of feedback loop of how Upchurch's posting about this garners him new attention, new eyeballs, and new rabid fans. So it's there was something in it for him for sure.
Definitely
monetarily or just the attention that he like it. He testified some of these videos he made just because he felt like it, which may also be true. He just felt like it, on top of he was making money off of it. So
what people failed to see is that Kylie was a minor. All these other individuals,
he wasn't making money off of it though, was he? How was he making because he wasn't monetized. He didn't monetize none of them. How did he make money off of it?
Or in that party were minors as well, right? Like these are all minors. And so then you have the whole internet kind of like coming after them, posting pictures. I would have an issue with somebody posting pictures of my minor children, right? So I don't understand. Like,
well, the problem with that is they posted the pictures online themselves. If I believe right, double pneumonia. Damn.
When I was seeing this, I said, how come people aren't more outraged about the fact that these are kids that did not consent to be on the internet, but everybody's posting them?
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, and there was another angle about it. I mean, he testified at the stand at trial, which we can talk about. I mean, that was the craziest day of my legal career, hands down. I don't think.
Wait, how long have you been practicing?
I've been practicing over 10 years, but I was a paralegal before that. So my dad started this law firm. He was a law professor. So I mean, I've been around it. I asked him, he was in the courtroom. I was like, have you ever seen anything like that? He's been a lawyer like 50 years. He's like, no, never.
What did he do? You got to tell us.
Well,
you gotta tell us.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's two things, not to be too long winded about this, but when I took his deposition, which he posted on YouTube.
That was interesting. I was like, he just did that.
Yeah. But when I did that, I didn't know what he was going to say. It was never given a deposition before. I'm going in there. I'm like, this could go a million different ways. What is he going to say? And he doubles down. Like, I still don't think she's real. Okay. Despite the fact that you've literally met Dan Rodney and David Robertson in person.
Take on the day, the built way.
Let's get started.
With unmatched quality and attention to detail that can.
He still was saying that. Well, at the trial, his lawyer was very respectful. His lawyers were, respectful to Dan and David, offering condolences, and their apologies for the loss of Kylie. And I'm thinking there's a chance this guy's going to get up here and finally admit it. He's going to say that she was real. He's going to say he's sorry. And he took the stand and he just went full into, I still don't think this person's real. And, his conspiracies about fake cops, and there's fake cops in Nashville. And I think that was a huge moment in the trial because the jury, I think, was completely shell-shocked by that. I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to them, but I'm just guessing from the result, that they did not like that. And I mean, that was a crazy cooter when he came to court after all the proof we had put in that Kylie was real, and he still said he didn't think she was real.
I'm ready for that transcript. I am so ready for that transcript to hear that part. So he was still denying the existence of Kylie and her grandfather and her father. Am I hearing this correctly?
Yeah, it was like, oh, well, yeah, obviously they're real people over there, but I don't really know, if they're who they say they are. Or, the moment was my first question for him. And there's a video that I think you may have seen before, but it's from way back in the day when he's on a live in 2022. And this guy says to him, hey, are you at all concerned about if you're wrong? What happened to Alex Jones? Are you concerned about that?
He was in a live stream. I remember the channel.
Yeah, we played that. I played that at the top of his cross. This is the first video. And because he says at the end of it, I'm not, because if I'm wrong, all you got to do is show a birth certificate and then you're done. So I handed him a certified copy of Kylie's birth certificate. I said, are we done? And it was like, I was halfway hoping he would just say, okay, yeah, and he tried to spar with me. He tried to say that like the birth certificate had like this error on it because the boxes weren't checked the right way. And it was just, okay, here comes the cross exam for another half hour or whatever it was. But yeah, he was absolutely denying it. And it was just, it was an interesting choice. I don't know.
He stood on it.
So even with the birth certificate, which is crazy because that's what everybody online was looking for, right? Show us the birth certificate. I mean, he went from the birth certificate to show me a picture of her standing in her car or something to that effect. Like nothing.
I wanted to say something about that one too, because, I don't know, I'm not a teenager anymore, but this idea that everyone has a picture of themselves next to their car, I'm like, I don't think that's a real thing. I don't know. Like, I don't have any pictures of me next to my car.
Detail.
But also, Kylie grew up in
we almost
backcountry,
there. I haven't seen this yet.
I don't think they had
I haven't seen this yet, and I wasn't even gonna play it, right? But I've got my reasons. I'll just leave it at that.
Internet service at that lodge until recently. Certainly didn't have high-speed dial-up.
What?
She had no social media, which, like, I have kids. Like, I hope my kids don't have social media, right? Wouldn't that be good if they're not on social media by the time they're this whole idea that, like, oh, she must not be real because she doesn't have social media and she has no pictures.
And what kid doesn't have social media? I hear you. Okay.
Yeah, well, that was the angle, but it's like, well, maybe this kid who grew up in this area, why would that be weird based on where she was?
Yeah, because let me tell you something. I didn't get high-speed internet until the last couple years. There was no internet out here really other than dial-up, and it was a pain in the ass. It wasn't worth fucking with, if I'm being honest.
Oh no, Chris, I would have been like, am I real? Am I a real person here on trial?
Up,
and by the way,
how you
Mr.
doing,
Robertson
sir?
is in the chat. Thank you so much for Mr. Robertson joining. Shout out to Mr. Robertson.
Does he have any questions? Hi, David.
Mr. Robertson, if you have any questions or if you want to join us in a little while, that's completely up to you.
Or you want me to mention a detail from the trial?
Yes, please do.
But yeah, that utterly.
So I thought the grandpa had passed away. Somebody had said that, but see, I guess that's another thing that you got to watch. People give you fake ass information on the internet.
Wild day,
Oh my God. I mean, that's what am I a real person? Is the judge real? Is
oh
the
yeah,
jury
to your question about that, I did. I said that. Is this real? Is this a farce? Like, who do you think is that? Is this a judge wearing, like, is this an actor? Like, how far does this conspiracy go? But
did he answer?
Yeah, I don't recall what his answer was because I'm trying to go through my set questions, but yeah, it didn't land for him. Whatever. The idea that, like, what are you going to convince the jury she's not? I don't understand.
They damn
Maybe
sure
the idea was it's a
I was
genuine
under
belief.
the
Like, I
impression
genuinely
that he
believe
wasn't.
she's not real. But the problem with that was, he'd been on both sides of the issue. I mean, he'd offered the Hellcat. Why would you do that if you don't think she's real? He'd accused Anastasia Mainich of having something to do with her appearance. Why would you do that if she wasn't real?
The public service,
yeah, that was something else too, right? But
public information officer. So that exhibit, right, that we showed where you have Placer County messaging him, and like, and it's very rare for them to even. I'm just saying in general, when we've had missing persons people, cases, to have direct communication while this is like international news, because they don't have time to be answering everybody. They actually responded to him and they were communicating with him about the things that he was doing.
Well, I would say they warned him. Is what I would say.
They warned him.
They warned him to stop spreading misinformation because it was literally targeting innocent people. That's their phrase. Innocent people could get targeted, and that was like 10 days later, 10 days before. And then again, they said, hey, take this post down. That's not our PIO. That's not our public information officer. And at trial, it was like, what did you do in response to that? Did you call them and say, wait a minute, I'm confused about? No, what he did was he made the first video where he starts the conspiracy that Kylie is not real. It's part of this conspiracy that the sheriff's department is also not real. Because
I remember that because he was out in the woods and shit talking about Google Maps and
reaction to the Instagram message. So that was a crucial exhibit to show, you're being warned.
And me personally, because I knew he watched my channel all the time, and he actually reshared my video at the time. I was like, hey, brother, I was kind of trying to talk to him without saying his name. I was like, I was watching two mothers down there, and they think that this would have could have happened, but he never paid no mind to it.
The cops, and you're so reckless.
Why he shared my video,
so
I had no idea, but he didn't hear me.
Okay, so let me go back, because I would like to think, and I'm wrong for thinking this, but I would like to think that Ryan Upchurch is a person here online. Like, it's a character, right? And he's skilled in marketing and SEO. He understands what sells and what doesn't, because at least that's what I gather, that he does things for the shock value, right? No different than a Howard Stern or whatever, right? If you were to think about it, So there was never a moment where he dropped that. Like, this is who he is here. He carried that through the trial. Am I correct to say that?
Well, who he is here. So what was interesting is that his deposition, a big exhibit was he's on Zavgirl live when AWP finds the car.
Oh, the prayer?
The prayer. He says a prayer. And it's like, okay, obviously you thought she was real on this day because you said a prayer, right? And then again, he on his own channel the next day, he starts a video. It's something like, before we start this video, I just want to offer my prayers to Kylie's mom, Kylie's family. It's like these two exhibits kind of show that you must have thought she was real, right? Well, in his deposition, he says, well, I was just kind of put on the spot, and I'm just doing content based on that community, and that's true crime. And so I'm like playing to the audience a little bit. I'm just trying to be nice, and so I was like, oh, so this is like an act. And his testimony, his deposition was, well, it's a personality. It's a YouTube personality. So then I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So like when you go on this kind of more sophisticated, I guess you could say, than his channel, like true crime lives where people are, dealing with competing theories, I guess you could say. He has a certain way of speaking. Then on his own channel, it's different. And then it's different, see what I'm saying? Like it's different based on what the audience is, what the content is. And so he testified in his direct exam that, he's always the same person. It's just, he's a consistent thing. But he testified the opposite way at his deposition, that there's a personality. So that's kind of what I think it is. It just depends on who he's talking to, based on how he's what he's going to say.
Okay, so it's almost like
that's just my opinion.
I had to wonder, because even the people that like have these YouTube personalities, right? Like, and there are out there, because they're much bigger creators. They got to keep up, whatever it may be. I think of like the family vloggers, for example, that they don't always turn things off, because they have to keep that up. So I had to kind of wonder, so is this guy always like this? Like, are you always projecting your theories? Is there a time where you didn't believe this? Which I think is a great example of what you said, where the prayer. And I thought that was like, yeah, he did a prayer. He led the prayer, right? And a lot of these creators, because they were so fixated by the fan base that he had, and, that means more money, more subscribers and stuff like that. I don't know. I just had to wonder, did he ever turn that off at any point in the trial?
No. I think it was, the general approach of the defense was just, I still believe this, but also I should be able to say whatever I want on the internet. So like, it doesn't really matter what I say. The First Amendment should protect anything I want to say, regardless of whether it's true, regardless of whether it hurts the family, regardless of whether it's, just a bunch of disinformation and, profanity. And so that was the argument that was put on, that, a verdict for the family would destroy everyone's free speech, which is just not true, at all. And the big thing was, First Amendment doesn't protect false statements of fact. And, if you like speculation about Kylie Rodney, what happened, foul play or accident, like, there's a lot of free speech there that can be had, and a discussion. But when you start saying that the family is fake, that it's a scam, like those are just false to fact, and they absolutely, cause harm. And so that's
a lot centered on this GoFundMe, though, right? Because there was questions about, well, when did they start the GoFundMe? Was it even needed for? And I don't know why someone who, in my opinion, at least that's what he showed, that he has access to all kinds of resources. He's able to give out a car, $100,000 to another YouTube channel, right? I didn't quite understand the whole why was that an important point for him to drive, even now?
The GoFundMe, you mean?
Yeah, like for him to have said this is a scam, like. Well,
there was a GoFundMe that was set up. The beneficiary was Kylie's mom, but the way it was worded was support for the family of Kylie Rodney. It had changed titles, but when he starts talking about it, that's what it's called: support for the family of Kylie Rodney. So when he says it's all a scam to raise money on GoFundMe, look at the Kylie Rodney GoFundMe. Our point was, you're basically just saying that the family, like, in the title of that GoFundMe, is running a scam off of Kylie's death. That's a terrible lie. It's defamation. Their only real defense to that was, well, the mom was technically the beneficiary, not David, not Daniel. But we're like, see where it says the family? That's enough under California law, and it was. So that's why that was so important. But he also had the whole Callie Ross thing, which was, this is a little bit legal technical, but it's not just that he said David is not real, Daniel is not real. He said they're actually Callie Ross's dad. They're actually these other people. Yes. So it's like an identity crime, right? They're imposters, they're actors, they're pretending to be someone they're not. And they're Kylie Rodney is made up. She's actually this girl named Callie who's alive, which we talked about. So that was another big defamatory statement. But I do just want to emphasize, like, the defamation was 4 statements. Okay, they were all made in 2022, and that was the extent of that claim. The much larger claim was he kept doing this and kept making videos and monetizing those videos and selling tickets on those videos after he got a cease and desist, after the lawsuit had been filed. As recently as 6 months ago, he's got a video calling Kylie a insult, an effing B, I think is what he called her. And then he made a video the week before trial saying he still doesn't think she's real. So it was more about, like, this guy will not stop without a verdict, which is why I think we got the result that we did.
The punitive damages, I think, was a message in itself. Like, I was like, oh, Lord have mercy, they really.
Hey, Rusty, and you called it too, sir. You said he will not shut the fuck up. He's got to keep going. He probably had it beat if he'd have just shut the fuck up.
Put the hammer.
And see, everybody on YouTube is not supposed to notice none of this. They don't want nobody to talk about it. They don't want nobody to play none of it. Nothing, right? Yeah, fuck that.
And selling tickets on those videos after he got a cease and desist.
How was
after
he
the
selling
lawsuit
tickets on
demonetized
it, though?
that was all. That was running support for the family of Kylie Rodney. So when he says it's all a scam to raise money on GoFundMe, look at the Kylie Rodney GoFundMe. Our point was you're basically just saying that the family, like in the title of that GoFundMe, is running a scam off of Kylie's death. That's a terrible lie. It's defamation. Their only real defense to that was, well, the mom was technically the beneficiary, not David, not Daniel. But we're like, see where it says the family? That's enough under California law, and it was. So that's why that was so important. But he also had the whole Callie Ross thing, which was, this is a little bit legal technical, but it's not just that he said David is not real, Daniel is not real. He said they're actually Callie Ross's dad. They're actually these other people. Yes. So it's like an identity crime, right? They're imposters, they're actors, they're pretending to be someone they're not. And they're Kylie Rodney is made up. She's actually this girl named Callie who's alive, which we talked about. So that was another big defamatory statement. But I do just want to emphasize, like, the defamation was 4 statements. Okay, they were all made in 2022, and that was the extent of that claim. The much larger claim was he kept doing this and kept making videos and monetizing videos.
Hi, my name is Marcio Brolesi. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm here in Istanbul today to get my hair done. And that was actually the
holy
day that
shit,
I got
brother!
the
They
procedure
fucked your
done.
head up.
And selling tickets on those videos after he got a cease and desist, after the lawsuit had been filed. As recently as 6 months ago, he's got a video calling Kylie insults, an effing B, I think is what he called her. And then he made a video the week before trial saying he still doesn't think she's real. So it was more about, like, this guy will not stop without a verdict, which is why I think we got the result that we did.
The punitive damages, I think, was a message in itself. Like, I was like, oh, Lord have mercy. They really
Right.
Put the hammer down. And I think that's where people are caught up. Well, why was it this much? And I'm like, well, did you guys watch the same thing that we all watch? Are you kidding me? You can't incarcerate this guy for his opinion. Well, let me add a couple zeros, right? Like, what do you mean?
Sort of right. We put into evidence that evidence of view count. I think we had a chart showing like 7.5 million views, but that was as of 2023. So I mean, those numbers went up. And he made new videos and Instagram videos and all this. So we truly don't know what the view count is. But we didn't ask for a number. We didn't say, award us X dollars. We just said, use your best judgment based on the evidence. And that's what they come up with. So I don't know how they
holy shit.
They wrote it. The jury wrote the numbers, guys. I don't know if you guys know that.
No, we didn't.
If you read the lawsuit, there was no actual amount. So this number, and by the way, I mean, I was telling a couple of my YouTube peers, I said, it hit me one day. And
yeah, Cooter, it's a wrap, baby.
You got, in history, YouTube history, it was the highest awarded damages.
Oh, okay.
I said, Lord have mercy. I don't know if you know this, because I was like, wait a minute, because I did follow the Tasha K and Cardi B lawsuit, and I said, wait, that was like 4 million. Something along the line.
I've seen some default judgments, which is basically like the other side doesn't fight it, and then you get a judgment as a matter of law. I'm not aware of jury verdicts. Like this one went all the way to a jury. That wouldn't surprise me, just because the conduct was so outrageous, and that was the way we tried the case. Was like the standard for intentional infliction of emotional distress is the jury is asked, is this tolerable in a civilized community, in a civilized society? And we just said, your verdict has to say it's not, right? That this is not tolerable, this kind of lying and targeting this family relentlessly over all these years.
No,
it's not tolerable in a civilized society, which I think is sort of
I don't think that they can do that, right? And let me be clear here, okay? From what I understand, and I may be wrong, but like the IRS will get their money before anybody. So there's that, you know what I mean?
Legacy of the case and the precedent that definitely wanted, which was, there was the Alex Jones case.
The concert tickets.
Generally about defamation and conspiracy theories could be expose you to legal action. You're not protected by the First Amendment. But I still think there was this idea that, well, that's like news, that's journalism, that's TV, that's not internet, that's not YouTube. YouTube is like still something somehow different, and it's not. It's no different. So.
Oh my God! So it wasn't would you agree that it was the jury who sent the message out?
Absolutely.
Ultimately, by the damages. So it wasn't like Mr. Robinson or Rodney or any these individuals said, well, this is how much we want. No, this was the jury who said, this is your punishment.
Yeah, that's
sir.
what I was believing. That's
No,
what
and
I believe to be true too. Rusty,
David even testified, I just want to make him
first.
stop. I just want him to stop. And at one point he turned to the jury and he said, and I need your help.
Oh
so
my God.
That's what it was about.
And he turned to the jury.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, that's just so, because it doesn't seem like it was going to, and it's been a couple years since Kylie Rodney, right? And you still have, and I think it's fair to even call out the fact that there's sectors, various channels still that continue to say, well, it's a cover up, it's fake, it wasn't real, or it's an Epstein situation. I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, okay, like, but not as damaging as what Upchurch has done.
No, and again, that goes back to, if people want to speculate about, oh, it was foul play. I mean, candidly, I don't personally believe it was foul play. I don't, one of the things that he brought up was, why did it take so long for them to find her?
Why would you not think it's foul play, dude? I mean, just my opinion there, right? The way that the car, when you watch the other three cars, and it just didn't look right. She was in the back with no water in her lungs. I mean,
and we put into evidence, which I think I've sent to you, was the CHP report, which talks about the water levels, where I think it was a 13-foot change in exposed shoreline between August 6th and August 21st. And by the time August 21st, there were drones that were seeing the car because the water had receded. So they missed it initially, but they, in fact, some people think that it was found by the air, and that AWP just kind of staged that whole deal where they claimed to have found the car, that they already had found it, in fact, with the drone. And then that whole thing was, staged. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying. So here I go. See, this is protected by the First Amendment, what I'm saying.
Right. Well, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you have questions about her autopsy, or, people are saying the lung, that's separate. Right. And there was confusion about this case in general, because I had people come in my comments and say, well, this is how she died. We're not talking about her death in this case, guys. That wasn't what this case was about.
Well, and just to circle back on that, I mean, this was a big thing, was even AWP, which, I have a lot of personal feelings about that video that they put out.
You and I both.
And the way that was a big thing, because I mean, it came out like the way that they monetized that. AWP had not been doing active cases. I don't know if they've done an active case since. That was one that they showed up on the scene. But the way that those guys get paid is by or did at the time. I don't know what's going on now, given what happened. But they would get the first 30 days of YouTube monetization revenue. And I'm like, you only get the first 30 days. You don't get the long tail, revenue stream. So that thing on like, your video better crush in the first 30 days, right? Or else.
Oh, there you go. There you go. No, you're fine. I see you. You may have to switch your battery. Are you there? Oh, he was just getting to the good part, y'all. Chris, let me know if you need me to send the link, because I don't hear you and I don't see you. I'm going to try to send you the link on the email, okay? Give me 1 sec, guys. Oh, he was just getting to the good part. He dropped because the devices are not connected. Hold up, Chris. Hold up. Oh, man. Okay, I see you now. We see you. We don't hear you. So just so the chat knows, and I promise I will shout you out and I'll read. I know you guys have some questions. If you have a question, I promise I will read, because I know I just saw some questions, super chats. So I'll make sure I read and shout you guys out. Oh, no. Oh,
you can't hear me?
I can hear you now. There you go.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, you got to get me on my worst webcam, because we went so long, my battery died.
Oh, you're fine. I had the same issue yesterday.
I forget what I was saying. Something about the YouTube revenue of AWP.
So AWP gave you the excuse about YouTube revenue as far as 30 days out, and there wasn't a former AWP person who was a witness in this trial. Is that correct?
That was Ryan's only witness was Doug Bishop from AWP. And
that was Ryan's witness.
Yeah, that was his only witness. He
testified. You don't have to tell me about that.
He put Doug Bishop on. Yeah. And in that video that they made, Doug Bishop is like visibly distraught when they find the car, and he obviously accepted that Kylie was real. And we had Nick Wren, who found Kylie, went down to the car and dove and was the diver who found her. So, there was no question that even those guys believed she was real, right? So that was a big thing.
I mean, they saw her under the water and the conditions that she was in and whatnot, but they still did their videos. And there were people that were trying to, by the American Cartel LLC, their own admission, that they try to unblur Kylie Rodney's photos. And I'm assuming they only got them from. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. No, there was a creator out here who was also like in that little associated group. who on Blurred. And Kylie Rodney's got a lot of crap for it too. I mean, people were really pushing back for him doing that. So there was a group of people that were doing that. But anyways, go ahead with the so AWP monetization. What happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was their motive to make a video like that, and that whole crazy thing with the tow truck driver. I don't know if you recall that thing. That was just a complete charade.
Yeah.
You know, just and that was something they did to.
So that was a charade. Did you hear what he just said?
Gross, but again,
that was a charade.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was their motive to make a video like that, and that whole crazy thing with the tow truck driver. I don't know if you recall that thing. That was just a complete charade.
Yeah.
You know, just and that was something they did to hype it up and to make money off of it. You know, which I think is gross. But again, that's whatever. I guess they can do that. You know, that First Amendment. They didn't make any false claims like the family wasn't real and Kylie wasn't real. So that's why, you know, they're able to do that.
So what was he there to testify to as far as getting money?
The idea was supposed to be that like the internet was ablaze with Kylie Rodney talk and speculation, which, you know, is not really a defense it's a defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress. It's a little bit like if you have kids, it's like, oh, well, other people were doing it too. It's not really a defense, but also other people really weren't doing it, not at the scale and not. I mean, I'm not aware of the controversy of the family is in it for a scam and they're fake. Like that's all upchurch stuff like that. We made a big point of that. Like you keep saying that other people were doing it, but like why haven't you put in any evidence of that? Or why didn't you call some other YouTuber or put in other videos or you know, like as far as we know, no one is saying that. And again, who's still saying it now? You know, making videos, calling her insulting names, and you know, continuing some of those exhibits that I saw you played last night. Like no one else was doing that, you know, to this day, as recently as the week before trial. So it was just relentless.
Yeah. How does, and I know you can't, I mean, completely up to you if you could answer this question, but like with AWP, and to me, it's always like a double-edged sword, at least personally, how I feel about them, because it's kind of like, well, yeah, I thank them because they found her, right? And that,
Yes.
But it was the behavior that happened afterwards. And then also when they accepted whatever donation from Ryan Upchurch, and somehow you have people that say, well, see, that means that Ryan Upchurch he's a decent guy, you know, he's willing to give you his Hellcat or whatever the hell. I mean, how does the family, what is their take on AWP?
Yeah, I can't speak for let me be very clear. I can't speak for the whole family. I represented David and Daniel. You know, Lindsay, the mom, did not want to be part of the lawsuit. I totally understand that. I don't purport to speak for her feelings. I can tell you what, you know, I think it's a complicated feeling of they're grateful that, you know, they found Kylie because nobody else had found her, right? So that part they were thankful for. But, you know, didn't appreciate being, you know, filmed without their consent right there on the water's edge, right when it happened. Certainly didn't appreciate that, you know, this Lindsay finds out about it from Facebook because
I knew that happened. I wasn't sure if that was the case.
Yeah, that is the case. That's how she found out, and that's why, you know, the opinion of AWP, I think, soured, you know, after that, you know, because they were promoting, wanted to be first, you know, wanted to get the notoriety for it. So there's some gratitude that they were the ones who found her, but, you know, these other later things kind of, I don't know, you know, had an impact on the way they subsequently felt, I guess you could say.
Oh my God. And then followed up with that video that, I mean, definitely made a pretty little bag for them. So I don't know.
That was also why, you know, it was important that we played that video of Ryan Upchurch working on the theme song for AWP. Like, you know, and they were working together. Like, this whole thing was really good business for both of them. But they, you know, Ryan got this new viewership. AWP has all this goodwill. At least it was very short lived because of, you know, the criminal.
What happened after that?
Yeah, Jared and which came out. That came into the trial and we didn't put it in. I mean, they brought it up.
They came into the trial. How?
Very heard it. I mean, I came up in the cross exam of Nick Wren. I think it came up when Ryan Upchurch's own lawyers elicited that testimony that, you know, the founder of AWP was charged with a rape charge. You know, the jury did overhear that, and it was not something I planned on making reference to in the trial, but they heard it. So I don't know what it was
definitely true to him.
Interesting.
And you know what's sad is that dude is still out doing fucking. I don't watch AWP anymore because of that.
I mean, cause I don't know how much you follow that, Chris. Like literally, that was like after that, it soured a lot of opinion. I mean, my channel was the one to interview.
Yeah, but they're saying that the water dropped from the shoreline 13 feet, so it would have come down probably at least 2 or 3 feet water level, or or however far the drop is from the elevation drop in the shoreline. You understand what I'm saying? So if it moved back, if it was an inch a foot, I don't know. I'm not a fucking physicist or however you say it, but.
And I think that case is concluded. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of, it's weird because it all kind of, it was like Kylie Rodney stuff that was happening, and then the scandal, the AWP, because everybody was quitting from AWP after they found out. They had no idea.
Right. Yeah, none of those guys work there anymore.
Right.
The New Yorker did an article about it, and they tried to contact David and Dan.
Because 13 or 14 foot, you know what I mean? That's a lot. That's a lot. And whatever the elevation is from the top of the shore to however far out, you know.
And then I talked to them through that, but I don't know if you ever read that. It was like a deep
think about it like a
AWP,
roof.
Briefly mentioned Kylie. So, but yeah, that was a whole, that's just another crazy aspect to this that the family had to live through. So,
SF Investigates also testified, right? So how did that go?
Really helpful. Well, he was crucial because there's two things.
Exactly.
One is,
what's up, Big Shot?
Given that we knew they were probably going to contend that Kylie wasn't real, we really needed to show the scale of the investigation. So I wanted someone ideally from law enforcement, but because the trial was in Tennessee, I can't subpoena anyone who's more than 100 miles away from the courthouse. They all have to agree to testify voluntarily. So that's when I started talking to Steve, because Steve had been there, on the ground. He was actually the one who told Dan and David that, AWP found the car, and they went down to the water's edge together. And so he was there for that, but not only was he there for that to tell you, the scale of the investigation, that it was real. He was also there for the subsequent aftermath of when Upchurch started posting stuff, and then he became, an object.
He became a target.
Yeah, right. And so he had two crucial roles to play, and most importantly, the reason he was first is that he had no stake in the outcome whatsoever. Like, he wasn't paid. The family never hired him, never paid him $1, didn't pay him to be an expert witness, didn't. There was actually some talk of like I would have preferred him to travel in person to Nashville, which he was willing to do. But it was like, well, if we offer to reimburse his expenses and do that, they might try to cross-examine him on that. So we're like, let's not even give them that opportunity. So let's just have him testify remotely, which is what he did. And I mean, he was very emotional about
really,
because one of the questions I asked him was, Steve Fisher does a lot of missing persons work. He has worked with a lot of families who have lost a loved one, and in this way, where they become out of nowhere, thrust into some sort of public spotlight. Their loved one was here today, and they have just disappeared. And it's like, how can this happen? He has a lot of experience with that. And, for him to testify that no family should ever be treated like this, that what they really need in the time of grieving is not to be, the subject of internet rumor and derision and defamation, and just how harmful that can be in that time. Because that's the other thing. I mean, these videos didn't come out, 4 years later, he suddenly learns about Kylie Rodney. It's in the moment. It's on her cremation day. I mean, he didn't know that. That was clear. It's not like he intentionally did, but it was just, that's how reckless it is to start posting this kind of stuff. That quickly after.
And I know he gets a lot of shit online, honestly. Yeah. He does, because he gets into the mud of, investigations. And I don't I there's another side to Steve that I've seen as well. And so that's why I respect Steve Fisher a lot. But he got, even to this day, people are still dragging Steve over Kylie Rodney. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. We don't know. There's a lot of stuff that he doesn't share that people, when he gets into these cases, he doesn't always publicly talk about.
Yeah, and we also introduced through him the fire cam footage that basically shows Kylie's car going into the water and other things like that. That's
another exhibit, right? And I have that exhibit. I didn't get to show it yesterday. Oh my gosh,
it's a tough one to watch, but and we wouldn't have put it in if they would just have conceded that she was real and he was wrong to say that, but they didn't do that. They made us prove that she.
You know what? And if I have to believe if he would have just conceded and apologized, it wouldn't have been so significant. And from what I understand, there was an offer on the table. I don't know that to be true, but from what I understand, if what I was told was true, of $300,000. Has anybody else heard that? Man, if that's true and his people around him didn't say, hey, bro, you probably ought to take it.
Our burden of proof at trial, which is how we got the Mama's Opry video that you played, which was very nice. Kylie's they opened the door to letting us put in this heart-wrenching video of Kylie playing a song, her favorite song, with her grandfather. because they kept saying she's not real. Like, well, hey, they say she's not real. We got to be able to put a video in saying she is. And so that was good.
When I saw that, Chris, I was like, this is her. I'd never seen that before, right? Yeah. And what really hit me, and I even told my chat yesterday,
I'm not,
you know, you guys, like,
never.
This guy, whether you like him or not.
Shooter, never. That's not the thing, right? But my thing is, you know, there's don't want you to talk about this, or otherwise, you know, you're fucking over with. And it's crazy, man. If I did something that was wild, I would expect people to be like, hey, you dumb motherfucker, you shouldn't do that shit. That's the part about being held accountable. You know what I mean? You can't just have people around you that try to fucking, no. People have the right to their own, you know.
Musically, he has talent, right? Clearly, he's able to have a following. Here you have this young girl who is also talented, right?
Very talented. Yeah.
Right, very talented. I mean, she had vocals. I was like, oh my God, this is her.
Played many different instruments. Actually, that's like the most positive thing, and I think it's like the best result of the trial, is that, you know, I asked Dan and David and David's wife, like, you know, what good could come of this at the end of it? I mean, it's all been an emotional, you know, intense emotional thing. And it was like, well, you know, we've been looking at making a donation to like music schools in Kylie's name, or maybe like a foundation for like underprivileged kids to, you know, learn music. And that would be kind of something they can focus on now to move forward. So that's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing. And I'm so glad that you clarified about how these damages were calculated, that it wasn't like, well, here's this attorney telling them or the family. No, this was these jurors who saw the evidence for what it was, and they put a number there.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I had talked to them about, you know, well, we could ask for a number of music.
Listen. What do you consider abandoning? And why would you even say something like that? He's not my fucking kid. It's not my fucking dog. I didn't take him to Winn-Dixie and drop him the fuck off. He's a music dude. That shit right there. That shit right there. That's fucking crazy. You're abandoning him. Oh,
like these methods, like $1 per view or something, you know, which was what one of the lawyers in one of the Alex Jones cases did. And the more I thought about that, I didn't like it, and they weren't comfortable with asking for a number, so we just didn't. We did not say a number at all. We just said it. You know, we said it belonged to the high end of the range, but you know, we left it up to them, and that's what they came up with. So,
do you feel like, and maybe this is just my thought, and because I hate that this is kind of like the feeling on the internet, right? That somehow Ryan Upchurch has tied himself to Kylie Rodney through this situation. And so what can we do, you know, as commentators on the internet to remove that, right? Because I feel like I don't know Kylie, right? I have young siblings. I have children, you know, that, you know, my oldest is 18. So, you know, kind of along the lines of that age. So I don't know how to.
Well, that's a good question. Yeah, and I think that they should be separated. And hopefully, as I was saying, you know, there's more videos of her playing music. Maybe if the family would like, I could share those, and we could share those. And then, you know, definitely, hopefully, they can get this in motion. You know, some of these things.
Yeah, right,
about,
Ringo.
Like music school donation, or maybe foundation, or you know, Dan had even.
No, I'm just saying you can't say it like that, because that sounds so weird, man. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but think about what you just said. Now, he is a music writer, and I appreciate some of the music he writes, you know, and but nobody's abandoning him. He's the one that's pushed Ringo, exactly.
You know, and he was going to do that, like maybe do that at some of the local schools, and maybe in her name, you know, something like that. So definitely keep you in the loop about like future developments about that, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think just remembering that she was real is, and honoring her memory is a good start.
Yeah. I mean, as a mom, you know, I gave birth to 3 kids. So for somebody to come on the internet and say that one of my kids is not real, what? And giving birth is the most painful thing you could ever do in life. You know what I mean? Like, what? You know, and then watching your kids grow up and having your kids be hurt or going through emotions with your kids, I couldn't understand. But to me, having you hear Chris talk about this, it kind of makes things a little bit more real versus this missing poster or this, you know, picture of Kylie that's kind of frozen in time, you know, that it's like.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, and we talked about the scale of it, you know, 3 million people, that's a lot. But I wanted the jury to understand the harm of that it's like we developed this visual in the trial of a sports stadium, like Nashville just got awarded the Super Bowl, and so I think I even used the Super Bowl stadium of like 100,000 people. Well, you'd have to fill it. You imagine you fill it up, and then you play all these terrible videos in the jumbotron to a sold-out Super Bowl.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and video downloads. So
you'd have to empty the arena.
See, I wonder. Now, this just my opinion, but I wonder if the reason the mother wouldn't be part of the lawsuit is because she feels responsible. I don't know if I could, if I let my kid go do something like that and something like that happen, if I could sue somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in no kind of bad way. I'm just
pull it up 30 times.
What's up,
30 times before you hit 3 million people. Like that's kind of the scale of that. And just something to make it like concrete, you know. Yeah. That's what that view count translates to. So that was, you know, as you said, if it's for one person to say, you know, that your child is not real or that it's a lie or that you're scamming or whatever is terrible. But to do it at that level is intolerable in a civilized society.
Dehumanizing, right?
I wanted to use the word desecration, but I was told by my brothers who were lawyers who helped me on the case that like, I don't think you can say that. So.
They're like, tone it down. You can say it on the internet. Maybe.
Objection if you say it that way. So.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate. Yeah. So, how many YouTube channels were you watching? Like a lot. I'm sure you were watching a lot of YouTube. And you're like, I'm so tired of YouTube.
So ruined right now. I got to go.
I'm so sorry.
Everything. I mean, there are channels that, you know, oh my God, I don't even want to say their names, so somebody might go watch them. But
yeah, please don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of craziness out there. That's why I'm on your channel. Yours was always, you know, more professional, you know, higher intelligence.
Dude, that means a lot because
no shade to the other ones, but
hey, that means a lot. Bitch, I noticed I had somebody unsubscribe from my channel. Fuck you, faggot.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Well,
kidding.
At least I know that I'm a little bit managed. A couple of attorneys watch me, so shout out to the attorneys. So the chat has a lot of questions, and I want to make sure that, you know, I want to be mindful of your time and everything.
I got about 5 minutes before I actually have to do something, but I could, let's fire away.
All right, so I'm going to start with the super chats first. It says, I have a question for the attorney. He doesn't have to answer it if he doesn't want to, but did he watch Ryan Upchurch? Oh, shout out to Queen Bee. And was any of that ever used in court? You've watched Queen Bee before?
I think that they did one when he posted the deposition that I watched. I probably did, and I had remember that Melvin Cedino, Wicked Mel, also sued Upchurch. And at one point when that was going on, I was trying, you know, the mods
let someone not on drugs
channels like helping find some of these old videos. The problem was a lot of stuff got deleted. You know, some of these channels got deplatformed or you know, shut down for violating flashing a knife, for example.
Clearly.
Yeah, but
who are they talking about? I'm just curious. Who are they talking about?
And a lot of the stuff was used in court from live channels.
Oh, perfect. So Queen Bee, just so you know, like it wasn't just me. There was Queen Bee. There were so many other creators that kind of stood on that side. And this is why I think Queen Bee deserves a big shout out too. And so does B Tim, because Ryan Upchurch would hit links to these people. Some of these people were like, why are you doing this? And she was one of them, as well as her panel. Shout out to them. So I want to make sure that that's why he was wondering, like, did you use our material? Shout out to them. Summer says, there was a DJ on FB who said, my husband did not have cancer. What does that say? Cancer, and it impacted our business and livelihood. When he died of cancer, they quit.
That's
social
terrible.
Media can be horrific. It really is. I'm so sorry, Summer. Thank you so much. And then B Tim also asks, make sure to get his $500,000 in Pokemon cards before he tries to sell it.
I heard that on someone else, Chad Shepard, the former manager, is making videos about Ryan Upchurch that I've been watching. You know, I'm watching Chad. I've watched it all. Trust me, if it's Upchurch content. But yeah, I heard that. I don't know if it's true yet, but no, to that question, can he file bankruptcy? So this is really important. Because it's a defamation verdict and it's an intentional infliction of emotional distress verdict, and the jury found that he acted with malice, you can't discharge this in bankruptcy. Alex Jones just tried to do that. It doesn't work. So no, he can't get out of it.
No, and people are like, well, he just get the insurance. What?
There's no insurance. The insurance doesn't cover intentional misconduct, you know? So.
Gotcha. Well, and then people are confused about the appeal part too, that it's like, well, he can just appeal it and, you know, they can reduce it. I'm like, okay.
Did they show, so this was interesting. No, I've never seen autopsy photos, but the autopsy report, birth certificate, the highway patrol report, her high school graduation photo. I mean, what the evidence of her was, you know, just cumulative, as you might say in the law. I mean, it was overwhelming. So
did you bring any of her classmates? Any of her classmates to testify that she was real?
No, we didn't. But I mean, we had the last thing that we had was Daniel Rodney, like, because he, remember I told you that about how he's fighting me about, like, oh, the birth, or I guess it was technically the death certificate has this, the box isn't checked for high school graduate, and it said she was a high school graduate, and he was reading the box for whether you're Hispanic, which is a completely different thing. It's just, anyway. But we put in the photo of Dan with, at the graduation with Kylie, and I mean, it was just heartbreaking. But yeah.
Oh man, do you think this verdict will make him stop?
That is a great question.
Nah.
For now, I do, but I don't know. You know, the reason I'm like, I don't know, is that, like, Alex Jones lost his appeal to the Supreme Court, and then he said it again, like, last week.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. This is somebody who,
his
channel would have to go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going, and I know y'all gonna get mad at me, but it's the truth. He doesn't understand. Come on, guys.
We'll see. Can you force the selling of his music catalog? We're looking at, I think we can file a lien against it and collect against it, and like direct them to pay a certain amount, to this judgment. So that's something we're looking at.
Oh my gosh. Well, those are some of the questions. And then some of the people, let me see, guys, anything else? Let me see. I just want to make sure. I don't see any other, there's just so many comments right now. Chris, we got to get you back on some other time. You got to become a YouTuber now.
Shake that low, Adam.
Just recently.
Play ring toss on that bitch.
They tried to say he wasn't monetized, and his former lawyer had produced the monetization data that showed, remember that video I talked about?
Yeah, but see, that's where you're wrong. He's monetized on his music, I believe, but not his regular videos. Very seldom does he ever monetize any of his regular videos.
His car, like the worst video for Dan, that video was monetized. And so they said in the trial, oh, his YouTube channel was never monetized. Maybe it's not monetized now. I don't know what's going on, but I had the numbers that his lawyer had given me. So the jury heard that.
Oh my gosh. And does he have to put 18 million in escrow to appeal? I'm pretty sure that's a yes.
Well,
right.
We're looking at that. I think he has to put up 10%. So I think he'd have to put up 1.8 to try to appeal. Was the deposition necessity?
Listen to it again.
10%.
That's
maybe it's not. That video was monetized. It wasn't monetized. That was the last thing. Maybe we should do that.
You're monetized.
Just recently. That was the last thing. Maybe we should do that before I have to go. They tried to say he wasn't monetized, and his former lawyer had produced the monetization data that showed, remember that video I talked about, zooming in on Dan's car, like the worst video for Dan? That video was monetized. And so they said in the trial, oh, his YouTube channel was never monetized. Maybe it's not monetized now. I don't know what's going on, but I had the numbers that his lawyer had given me. So the jury heard that.
Oh my gosh. And does he have to put 18 million in escrow to appeal? I'm pretty sure that's a yes.
Well,
damn,
right. We're looking at that.
So
I think he has to put up 10%. So I think he'd have to put up 1.8 to try to appeal. Was the deposition necessity a part? I don't know what that means, but was it a part of our strategy? Yeah, I mean, we played those deposition clips back to back to back, because some of his answers for that were, again, the free speech absolutist things that he can say whatever he wants on the internet. That was a big thing. The one about I play a YouTube personality. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll pass that on to the family there.
The family's in the chat. Make sure you guys show your love. Well, Chris, I'm gonna let you go.
I think I did a good job, and I didn't do any didn't reveal anything I wasn't supposed to. So
we'll find out, right? We'll find out.
They told me I could come on here, and so I did it with their support. I hope. So.
Yeah. Right, Thank you guys. Well, Chris, you're a YouTuber now. You gotta come. Listen, you gotta come back and let us know what's going on. All right. Take care, Chris. I'm gonna kick you off. Bye.
Torchmate CNC plasma table.
Well, there you go. There you go. 10%. I know a lot of people was talking about, could he appeal it? And a lot of people were saying he'd have to come up with the 17.5. So 1.8 is a lot more doable, but I don't know if he can get his hands on that kind of money, especially with liens and all that they're putting on all the properties and all that. I don't know, but hey. Now, if y'all want to stick around, I will show some of the videos that she played yesterday that show a lot of the stuff that they used in the case.
Show it all, right? Because he's a very important exhibit, right? Very important. This is the one that was a very important exhibit throughout the whole trial, so people are aware. Okay.
Just so to kind of touch on this again, I was not going to play this shit, but somebody's kind of pissed me off, and
the reaction was to do a video to basically say that all of it was fake. Okay, He didn't bother calling them. And it kind of makes you wonder.
Hey, Ryan, we appreciate you. Feel free to share anything we have already put out on our account. We would like to ask, though, if any information has not come directly from us, to please not speculate and throw the internet into a frenzy. It makes our jobs and detectives' jobs harder and potentially makes innocent people targeted. Now, that was from the Placer County Sheriff's Office.
Wonder, though. He even said that this cop message was fake, too, by the way. If this was about, like, wanting to get his car back from AWP, like, did he have, like, giver's remorse to a certain degree? Remember all that when all that went down with the car and everything? You know, he was made. Well, by the way, those are exhibits too. We'll talk about that. He was making videos about that and all this other stuff. But let's get into this exhibit, and we're gonna see what the officers said. Let me make myself a little bit smaller so y'all can read that. Okay, so this is Placer Sheriff. Okay, this is August 17, 2022.
You can't
Hi, Ryan.
tell me.
We appreciate you.
Or
Feel
try
free to
to
share
tell
anything
me
we
what
have
I
already
can
put
and
out
can't fucking
on
talk
our
about.
accounts.
I'm
So
a
Ryan
grown
Upchurch
motherfucking
contacts.
man.
It sounds like he was contacting the Placer, you know, whatever, you know, to share, you know, about Kylie Rodney, the disappearance and everything. And then he says, we would like to ask, though, this is August 17, 2022, if any information has not come directly from us, to please not speculate and throw the internet into a frenzy. This is what the officers are saying. It makes our job and detectives' jobs harder and potentially makes innocent people targeted. Okay. This is the police. And let me tell you, the police don't be doing stuff like that, right? Like, as somebody who has dealt with the internet in various other capacities, you know, I've had to message the police on like Instagram one day to file a report and everything. It's one of those things where it's like, well, they're contacting you back to tell you to, like, don't, they realize the kind of following I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
That you have.
And
Don't
I
throw
know
the
a lot
internet
of
into a
people,
frenzy.
and
Well,
me
August
included, thought
27th.
that Dick
It was
Nose
like
is the one that fucking got this shit started. But after watching some of this today, I changed my mind on that. They were absolutely. And then, man, what kind of fucking people, though, go and terrorize people like that?
Posts there or something. It looks like a post. August 27th. Look at this. This is not our.
Yeah, this ain't a victory lap for me, though, right, Rusty? Because, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't want to. The kid is fucking lost, man. Something has happened, and we've all noticed it, right? And he could put on this fucking I'm tough face and all that shit all he wants to, but I see something totally fucking different. I see a fucking crash out coming like nobody's fucking business. And some people just are like that, man. When they get down like that, they make it 10 times harder on themselves than what they have to. I'll talk to you about that in private one day, man.
Or PIO. Please take the photos down immediately. And if you look at the photos, there's actually a it's like pictures from Ryan Upchurch's YouTube channel. Just going to leave this here in their Facebook pictures. Okay, at least that's what it looks like. Facebook pictures. Just going to leave this here. Just going to leave this here. The Placer Sheriffs is telling you this is not our PIO, right? Please take this down. They're telling you to take this down. Okay.
Verified. The fucking account is verified.
So PIO is, for those that were wondering, is public information officer, right? So like they're saying this is not from our public information officer. Take it down. Take it down. That's what they're telling you. That's what.
Yeah, no, Rusty. And you know, here's the thing. A lot of people would rather try to, you know, give him a soft pass and just coddle him when really he's got to understand that everybody fucking sees it, man. And not everybody wants it for you. Some people actually give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I don't care who I offend at this point. I don't give a fuck. Because some of you motherfuckers was close enough that you could have fucking tried to talk him out of it. And if he didn't listen to you, then what makes you think that I'm going to fucking listen to you?
what PIO means, public informations. You said, I remember that this is where he tried to pretend the press secretary was this woman. It wasn't this woman, by the way. But anyways, this is not our PIO. Please take this down immediately. He responds, who ain't y'all's PIO? And then there's a video. Who ain't y'all's PIO? August 29th, 2022, August 30th. He sends like a video or something. He's sending like videos to whoever runs in Placer, sheriff's the Instagram account. That's what he's doing, right? There's more pictures there. It shows more. Okay. It shows more. Is it? Okay. So that wasn't the public relations person, right? And they're telling him, take that shit down, right? Okay. Now let me go to the next. So that was one. Now I remember this video. Some of y'all might remember this video too. But let me see if I can, because I want to make sure I remove this. Let me see something. I'm going to put a little banner up because I have to see if I
think a lot of people were Shady J.
Is this?
A lot of people were.
We might have to download this video. Okay, I think we can. So this is an Instagram reel, I think, or an Instagram video. Hopefully you guys can hear the sound when I play it. Let me remove.
You know
this.
what? Though?
It's not.
A lot of people. Never mind.
Here's another exhibit that was shown in court. And put one in the chat if you hear the sound when I play it, okay? Got it. You mute myself.
Now I got to restart everything and probably pay $1 million more just for saying some bitch ain't fucking real. And I still don't think the bitch is fucking real.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? No, yeah, y'all heard it. Okay, let me play it again for those that didn't.
Now I got to restart everything and probably pay $1 million more just for saying some bitch ain't fucking real. And I still don't think the bitch is fucking real.
All right. This exhibit here is so interesting, y'all, because let me tell you why. This tells you, remember when I've told you guys before, there was that article that I was like, a lot of us caught on to this a lot earlier when we first started talking about this situation. Let me show you what I'm talking about specifically, right? The clickbait, the tool that's connected in the internet. And I'm pretty sure that some of these articles are like a couple years old, but there was a recurring theme when you look into Ryan Upchurch and how he does YouTube and his SEO and the clickbait stuff and whatnot, right? And essentially there was an article, this was back in 2022, before the lawsuit dropped, initially. Well, no, excuse me, not even 2022. It was, March 25th of 2022, before Kylie Rodney, excuse me. That's the correct and accurate description. Before Kylie Rodney, there was this article, right? And I shared this with you guys. I said, you guys, people were calling this out. And there's other articles before 2022, okay? This happens to be in March. And this one said, and I'll just read a little bit of it, but it basically says that the Ryan Upchurch, who is the CEO of Holler Boys, this was back in March of 2022, and also one of YouTube's top clickbait artists, has leveraged the intense marketing principles of clickbaiting to promote artists signed to his label. Has leverage, okay? Huge marketing tool, right? Clickbaiting refers to the practice of writing sensationalism or misleading headlines to attract clicks on pieces of content. A lot of us do it. We're very sensational. But yeah, I mean, you kind of have to weigh it in when it comes to tragedies, right? You keep that in mind. So the entire concept is structured on the marketing practice of writing controversy for views, which in turn brings in profit. A simple process that can't be repeated. Okay, so he made $3.8 million last year. Now this was in 20.
Drama channel on YouTube employs the WWE style of marketing on repeat. Inverted enemies of Holler Boy Records are reported to fans. The fans then activate to help him defeat the enemy by buying his music or merch, views his content, and harassing them until he deems them defeated. The Holler Boys boss recently staged a conflict between his artist Chase Matthews, so you tell me that shit was staged, and country rapper Morgan Wallen. Seeing the story that Matthews was denied entry to Wallen's VIP area, Ryan and Matthews released their own version of Wallen's new hit single, Broadway Girls. stealing both views and dollars from the actual artist involved in relation. It's hard for me to read it. That's fucking crazy. I kind of thought that, right? Because somebody else did that, entitled their video the same title as somebody else's song that was dropping that week. That's one way to do it, I guess. That's one way to do it.
2022 via clickbait. So where he integrated YouTube drama, which there's always YouTube drama. I don't care what sector you're in. I don't care where you go. YouTube drama is all over. Put it one in the chat if you agree. You can go, I heard that the knitting sector, the people over there with the knitting, with them knitting little crochet things, they really go ham on people. They got drama. I don't know what are people fighting for as far as knitting goes? I mean, literally, like, you got the stitch wrong, bitch. I'll see you outside type of situation. That's crazy work, right? Like, I'm like, but there truly is a lot of drama in every sector that you go. You're looking for drama, you're gonna find it. Okay. So if there's already pre-existing drama, well, damn, and you're like the king of clickbait, all you have to do is figure out how to integrate yourself to it, right? You said there was a big bread baking YouTube drama last year. So there was drama in the baking sector of YouTube. I mean, I hear that there's like a mukbang, community, and people have drama within the mukbang community, right? Anyways, let me stop. So can you imagine, right? Somebody who knows, how to apply those marketing tools very well, right? They know how to do it. And so they then are able to leverage that for their views, okay? And he does it very well. And I told you guys this. in 2022. There was various articles that are written. Well, let me tell you something else that was shown in the exhibits, which I think kind of correlates with this, okay? Look at this exhibit, y'all. Look at this exhibit. I'm going to make myself smaller so you guys can read it. Well, I'm going to make myself very small. There we go. So here you have a situation. Sorry, y'all. Somebody come to my door. Here you have a situation. This is Ryan Upchurch's channel, right? And he puts P. Diddy, ? Kylie Rodney, ? And is the true crime community a specific communication system? And then on the bottom of that, what is he promoting? Y'all see that? What events is happening? Now, let me remove myself because, I'm pretty big here. Put over here. What is he promoting? Y'all can see that? Let me know. If not, I can zoom in a little bit more. Let me see. So he puts Kylie Rodney in there. And then there's something going on in the bottom of his chat, or at least in the description.
Friday, 8 p.m. Southside.
Put it one in the chat. If not, I can tell you what you need to look at. Let me know. I can't see it from the phone. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. Well, Ryan Upchurch, he's into music, right? He's a country music star singer, okay? He was promoting his concerts. He was using event tickets under the Kylie Rodney videos, right? So here he gives you a, video about Kylie Rodney while he's promoting his music there, right? What a perfect way. And this is what I said. I'm like, well, here's somebody who comes in from a different sector, has a lot of money, willing to help out, interested in the case, wants to find Kylie Rodney. Go ahead. Sorry, guys. Wants to find Kylie Rodney, right? Sorry, I had somebody at my door. They keep coming in. And essentially, they're offering resources. And then you got a fan base that follows. And this is real. Like, he actually performs. His fans are not just like parasocial type of relationship, where, people are, no. These are people that actually attend his concerts, go to his concerts. These are real individuals, guys. Like, even though he has this YouTube following, he has real following outside of there. I mean, he could fill up a stage. Okay. Let's just be very real. Okay. So while you're talking about Kylie Rodney, that's that clickbait marketing tool right here, where you're promoting your concerts and your music. So if Ryan Upchurch tells you exactly what you want to hear about Kylie Rodney or P. Diddy, like, I don't know what P. Diddy has to do, unless you're talking about, which I tend to do. I talk about all kinds of topics.
No,
right?
I'm going to tell you, it's because the P. Diddy trial was going on at this time. And anybody that was typing in the chat P. Diddy would be taken to his channel because he's got a lot of views in the first, couple hours. So, yeah.
I'm not also.
Who else done that?
I'm not a country music singer, you know.
What's
I don't
up,
be holding
Cosmic
concerts, and I don't have
Crazy? How you doing?
event scheduled, and I don't tell you what dates and everything, but it's literally listed there. B-Tim says you guys had called it out, right? Thank you, B-Tim. People had called this out. People had noticed. This is an exhibit, guys. Okay,
and it's very well made.
So that's that marketing tool. I mean, it's very
but I
applicable.
tell you
P.
what,
Diddy.
Rodney's lawyers are going to be at the fucking check-in booth.
That was, think about it, and I'm thinking, I don't have a date there, but if this was March 29th, based on the time frame of when this, event was going, and he's talking about P. Diddy, I'm assuming it's around the time where, the P. Diddy stuff was kind of...
was getting in on that shit. Rocco was getting in on the fucking P. Diddy shit.
Hyping up in the analytics and everything, and all of this was going down, so it was very easy for him to kind of put both titles into one. And yeah, okay. You said... Let's see. Oh my God. Are y'all okay in the chat? Let me know. You said, are we? Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all don't even entertain. Don't do me a favor, y'all. If somebody's trolling you, just block them. Don't even entertain it. You let the mods handle it. That's all you have to do. There's nothing else, because some of these people like that kind of attention. I would just let it be and let it go. Don't give people like that your energy. It's not worth it. Okay. Here's another one. Oh, see this one. This one's very interesting. And I think this one is interesting because now this one doesn't have the Diddy, doesn't say P. Diddy anymore, right? It's an intentional troll, y'all, honestly.
I think they're talking about, they were saying it was American Cartel.
Yeah. The BTTV. I think it was the grandfather of that found a lot of this too. And it's just a really sad situation. You said, yeah, thank you so much, Pika. Shout out to you, Pika, my mods. Y'all know how. Shout out to my mods. Just give the bitch a Snickers and go to bed. That's what you do. Sorry, y'all, but it's the truth. It's just people be doing too much and ignore. Move on. Okay. Kylie Rodney has not been found. Okay. No proof of her existence still. Hashtag Kylie Rodney. And then right there, Ryan Upchurch, event tickets, nearest, what is it, March 29th, Friday, 8 p.m. Okay. So he's spewing that she's not been found. No proof of her existence. Now he's telling people she don't even exist. Not only has she not been found, she had never even existed. She never existed. She's not real, right? Not real. That video, by the way, because, people are fixated on the numbers and everything, right? That one's got 50,000. views, and that was 14 hours ago. 50,000 views. It makes you wonder how many people from that crowd actually purchased tickets for any of these events, right? 50,000 views. Okay. And people were saying, well, it's not that much in the, because he's like a 3.3 million. That doesn't really matter, right? I mean, the view is a view, and he was able to market his tickets right under there, right? There's that. And yeah, I mean, some of you guys have noticed that, Kylie's grandfather has a very distinct account. You could see it. He's the one that took these pictures. You could see it. So finding out that his grandchild was being over here, here's this guy saying that she's not real. And you promoting your shows. It's like blood money. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what? Like, to me, it's like, it's no different. Like, anyway, let me stop. It gives that to me. It just gives that to me. People get so fixated on so-and-so sacrificed so-and-so, but really, like, look at this. Are you kidding me? The other video had 31,000 views in 14 hours. These are the exhibits. This is what the jury was shown, right? Let's go to the next exhibit. Well, the next exhibit, and we could look at that last because it's a little bit lengthy, but there's a TikTok. Let me show you this one. Let's see if I can download it. Seems to be working very well. Shout out to our stuff. Hopefully it goes through. I just paid to have higher speed internet. I don't know what that means, but apparently it's supposed to be so high that I don't even have to blink before something downloads, which I'm like, I don't know about that, but whatever. Okay. Here's a TikTok.
Wow, that's crazy.
Let me mute myself.
Now I know what some people are wanting to say. They're wanting to say, see, you were wrong. It definitely wasn't Herpy Bump Lady, Ronnie Jones, and Ixmel. Nope, it's actually more of them now. It's even more of them now. The further we go, the further it leads directly to them. Do you want to know why? Well, you got Ixmel covering for Ronnie Jones. You got Herpy Bump Lady covering for Ronnie Jones. And Herpy Bump Lady is definitely more guilty now. So I'm on this podcast with her. I knew she was full of shit, so I called her out. And her ass got pissed because she's guilty.
You're wrong, exactly.
See, Look, that's not somebody who wants to find a little girl, bro. That's somebody right there who knows where the little girl is. Tell me I'm wrong.
You are wrong. You are 100%
Why are you so
wrong.
defensive?
I do not know.
Why are you so defensive?
I do not know where the little girl is.
Why are you so defensive?
Not to mention, when she was going live the other day, all these fake YouTube profiles were like, you need to get a window breaker. You need to get a window breaker. Hey, Xanime, get a window breaker. And I'm like, why are they all telling her to get a window breaker? Well, she did go out there with a kayak. She was looking up scuba gear stuff. Maybe she went out there and, dove underwater, broke the window out, and got the brick off of the fucking pedal. The same lady putting out false information about the case. This is the same lady protecting Ronnie Jones. This is the same lady that knows Ickmel. Ickmel was protecting Ronnie Jones. Ickmel was protecting Xanime. Now that we know she links back to dark web videos involving fucking children, if you look at both of their names in plain sight, if you decode his name, it says sell me kid. If you decode her name, it says X ya man. X ya man to sell me kid. If you take their exact YouTube names and you use the letter,
shit was fucking crazy.
Ickmel's comes out to CEMEKID, sell me kid. If you take Xanime's, exactly how it's spelled, it comes out to X ya man. If you put both of those together, it says ask your man to sell me a kid. Start talking shit to the rednecks, you go, fuck ratify now.
By the way, Xanime, shout out to Xanime. She served our country. I don't know if this guy has ever served our country, but she served our country, right? Yeah, a woman. Beautiful, gorgeous girl, okay? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, like, that in itself, to say that somebody has a bump, a hurt bump, I mean, all of that is, like, defamatory, right? You know what, First Liberties? He's serving our country with a sense of humor. I mean, he's literally given us a yes. Yeah. Shout out to Xanime. Okay. For those that don't know, yeah, she served our country. She's awesome. She's a good person, and happened to get out there. She happened to be in the area, and after that, it was like all shit went to hell, right? Anytime he was allowed on a stream, like, and y'all gonna see, you guys are gonna see, right? So again, that's what happened. So this is one of the exhibits.
See, I have to kind of disagree, right? Because Xanime did the same thing. She grifted off of that shit. That's just my opinion.
Can you imagine being a jury?
I watched that part of it, and I didn't like that. But
and seeing one of these exhibits, because I remember when all this shit went down, I was like, what the hell is going on? This guy's gonna get sued. Yeah. All right, so let's remove that little video. Here's the next one, y'all. Let's see. These are okay. We don't need that one. This is just a chart.
She said he accused her of.
But let me see this one. Ryan Upchurch fan club. Now I don't know if this will strike me, so I have to be very careful. I might have to put it on mute. But let's see. Can we download this, please? And thank you. Or is it already downloaded? Here it is. This one, we might have to put some of it on mute, because let me make sure. This is the one where I think he was doing the theme song for AWP. Put it in the chat if y'all remember that, because I definitely remember that one too. Like I said, some of us remember this stuff because we were here. Well, hold up.
Right, 88.
Share the screen. Here it is.
It just didn't look good to me, man.
Let's see. Does it play the whole thing? Let me make sure.
You can't sue
Nope,
YouTube.
that's not what I want. It's not what I want. Here it is.
Why would she have lost her job at NASA because of Ryan? Was there any proof of that, or is that just, like fucking old boy up there saying it?
Betfit is back home. Yeah. Now it's time to go on some adventures, cuz. Is that right, baby? Yeah. Yo, Creek Squad, check this shit out, bro. So guess what? So look, first off, you're going to have to excuse me because I'm super hyped about this. This is freaking the highlight of my day. So Nick from AWP hit me up today, and dude, AWP is giving me the opportunity to make their theme song, dude, and I'm so freaking hyped about it. I was like, what do I want to? Yeah, dude, what genre you want? I got you, fam. So we talked about styles of music, what style would fit best with their show, the attitude they want. I got a few different references on, what bands or what styles to mix together to kind of make whatever it is they want. I'm not saying I'm going to be the theme song. I'm saying they're giving me an opportunity to be the theme song, which I'm very grateful.
Troll. It definitely was a troll. Yeah, she said it herself. Yeah. But a lot of people missed that though, Slayback. You know what I mean? They wasn't there. They didn't follow that. But then again, I missed some of the stuff that he done that I'm just now seeing for the first time. And I was like, whoa, I was kind of taken back by it.
So I can't wait. I'm here at the studio right now with Stone Baby Stone. And we're cooking up some stuff right now, baby.
Are they still playing that theme song? Did that go very well over there? You know, like I said, I gotta be careful because of the copyright, but yada, 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 up church, Creek Squad, yada, 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 blah, 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 fan, ass licking. Here we go.
Making this video simply to appreciate my old lady because she cooks for me like every day. Like every day. I love you. It's the best too.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, let's keep going. Ta-ta-ta. And that was that. That was an exhibit. Okay. Let me remove this out of here. Let's stop that. And let's see. And again, I'm pretty sure that the reason why they met up was because of either the car or the money. There was like a money situation and whatnot, right? Like $100,000 donation or something to that effect. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. And that was the fan page video. AWP theme song. Oh, but look, my friends. Let me show you something. Look at this one here. I gotta show you all this one. Okay, this was another one that they saw. Okay. Oh. Hold up, y'all. Wrong clip. Let me see. Is it this one? There we go. That's the one. Here it is.
Now I'm down here getting sued by some fucking cocksuckers from California because I said some fucking AI person they fucking made on the internet ain't real.
Did y'all hear that one? Let me know. Put a one in the chat if you heard that one. Here's this one. Hold on.
Now I'm down here getting sued by some fucking cocksuckers from California because I said some fucking AI person they fucking made on the internet ain't real.
It's another one that they saw. another exhibit for the jury. What do you think the jury? I do wonder what they were thinking, like after seeing, because some of these jury people, I'm assuming are like not YouTube people, I would think, right? Now, this one is interesting. Some of y'all gonna see some of your favorite creators on this one. And they probably don't want to talk about this because, you know, sometimes you don't want to talk about this shit, you know, and you don't want to get associated, you don't want to be with the BS. Like sometimes they don't work for your brand, whatever. But you're going to see some of your favorite creators here, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just, listen, these are exhibits and we showing it. All right? Let's just do it, okay?
Now, I want to be the first to say this on Zab's page because everybody's going to go, oh my God, oh my God. I did think the little girl was fake. Do you know why I thought the little girl was fake? Because people who were making the little girl fake were the ones that that I personally was talking to. What do you want to do to the main guy who's on the right track? You want to make him look like he's on drugs. He's crazy. Well, someone somewhere took these real pictures of Kylie Rodney, who does exist. I want to say that on Zab's page, does exist. I thought she did not exist. Here's why. When someone's taking real pictures of a person and editing the real picture to make the real picture look fake, you're going to make people say, oh, she's fake. Go back and look at Check It's videos. Look at the title of the video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8 days ago is when I first started saying that. Look at his title. Kylie Rodney, real or fake? Well, if you live there and you know that she's real, why are you insinuating she's fake?
I think he just jumped on the bandwagon for clout.
Let's see.
If that's the case, I do understand that 100%. He could have been doing that, but the only thing he's jumped on since August 11th, 2016 to get that.
No, I mean, you're exactly right. I just don't know whether or not he just started just now or if he,
So what, Ryan, what do you think then? Okay, so you think she's real. So do you think she was the one found in the car, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I just say something? We've been covering Celeste Rivas Hernandez in D4BD. If I got up here and I said, Celeste Rivas is not real, why? Why would I do that? Right? Like literally. And so this is why I'm wondering. I'm like, yo, like, I would have kicked myself off of my own channel at that point. Like somebody coming into my platform, I don't care if he's got 5,000 million, 7,000. He's a country music singer, a Spice Girl, whatever the hell he is, right? I wouldn't have. I don't care. $500. I know he's giving $500 super chat. That's great, great support, whatever, yo. But like, why? You got up here and you said that this little girl, and mind you, she was a minor, right, when she died. So if I did that about Celeste, like I wouldn't even. You would have like 0 seconds on my platform. Bye. I would have Nancy Graced you. Like, when she booted that other lady off the panel, right? But he was allowed to stay there. I mean, I don't know, maybe to give his thought process as to why. And to me, it's like, what the fuck does your opinion matter anyways? Like, are you a relative? Are you a family? Who the fuck are you to these people? Who are you? And I do get spicy because I remember when all this went down. And I remember these channels, bigger channels. I mean, they're big channels, right? Bigger than I am. But I remember just like thinking in my mind, why would you, and y'all don't even correct him. You guys don't even, and this is what the jury had to see. And if I'm sitting as a juror, and this is my impression of what true crime YouTube looks like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'll make sure I stay away from true crime, right? Like literally.
And I know for a fact you were tagged in this video 1,000 times because I uploaded my version of Check It's video on TikTok, and about 1,000 are trying to get you to go see it. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it?
I don't have TikTok.
Well, they're tagging somebody.
There's a bunch of fake pages. There's a fake page of me that has 1 million followers. There's a bunch of fake TikToks. I'm too old for TikTok.
Either way, have you seen what they found at the bottom of the lake yet?
Oh yeah, I watched all of Check It's video.
What do you think?
I think he's lying.
Really?
Really? Wait,
Yes.
What do you mean? So do you think that he didn't find that stuff, or do you think that it's
No,
not
I think
pilots?
he found it, but I don't think it's real evidence.
Oh, okay.
Think about it.
I don't believe anything that's connected with SF investigates.
Well, SF wasn't there. He just provided his Twitter platform to.
By the way, and shout out to SF, because SF Investigates was a witness. He testified. He went all the way over there to testify. So it basically gave his version. And he knows that these people were defamed too. I mean, he witnessed. And matter of fact, that's how I got to know SF. After all this stuff went down, he then came into my channel and we talked about AWP, who then had like a huge scandal, right? What happened with AWP? It was found out that the main guy was, he had some charges behind his cousin. Okay. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And then, I mean, all of this was like one after another when all this went down.
Promote.
I don't know Mark, but I agree with him.
Check It had found.
No, he's sus. I mean, it's caught on to me from the beginning. He first inserted himself as a private investigator, and he created the media division between the family and what his actual intention is meant for. And a lot of people.
I'm gonna need him to land the plane. My goodness. Joe, thank you so much for the night.
Very well could be on drugs. She could be on antibiotics. She could be on
narcissism or narcissistic, unreasonably high sense of their importance and lack.
She could have pussy wash medicine.
Of ability to care how their actions affect others. Yes, I agree. Frequently view rules and boundaries as.
If she is showing fucking shit that motherfucking is some type of pussy wash or some type of shit, all out there fucking laughing about it because she's fucking making money.
It's unfair. I agree.
Yeah.
And definition.
Yeah, she's making money.
In my opinion. Rules don't apply. Your feelings don't apply. Nothing applies. Thank you, Joey, for this super chat. B Tim, thank you so much for the 5. A lot of the people kiss his butt. Okay. Because he had money and subs. I didn't. And I called him out and called him a moron to his face. And I got the last laugh. B Tim, you and Queen Bee. First of all, shout out to Queen Bee.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly. And a lot of this shit was fucking a lot of this shit was sickening, man, to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because look, and if you've been following me for a while, you've heard me say, shouldn't be fucking monetized and making money on other people's pain and suffering. I didn't realize that he was connecting his concert tickets and stuff. That's fucked up.
And shout out to B Tim and everybody over there, because there was that live stream where Upchurch decided to hit the link, and literally they're talking to him, trying to tell him like, what the hell are you doing? Yada, yada. Aren't you worried? Yada, yada, yada. He's not. It's like one ear and out the other, right? And essentially just kind of putting his foot in every channel, right? Trying to hit links and trying to say his side. I mean, he even went to, what's her name? Gary Busey over there. Like, he was doing the most, right? He was. Okay. And essentially just kind of inserting it. And people allowed it because why? You got the subs and you got the money and you got the, like, it grew a lot of people's channel. A lot of people grew out of him hitting the link in various panels, $500 super chats, whatever. I mean, who's going to stop that? Right. So you're right. And
it is, Jen. And you know, I'll be honest with you though. It's not a very good selling tactic, right? To have common courtesy. People just don't like that. They want the drama. They want to see the shit go back and forth. You know,
B Tim, I will say, B Tim, Queen, and there were some other ones that called him out. I just remember them too, and there were some other ones too, but B Tim specifically and Queen B called him out. So shout out to them for standing on, like, just being real, honestly, because not a lot of people did. Not a lot of people did. They allowed him to.
I won't say your name because I know you're private. You're probably watching, and but I really appreciate you sharing this with me. This lady's channel. Yeah, I definitely will tag her. I appreciate it.
Say all this shit.
Bought it. I bought it, and I'm one of those people that bought it and believed him. And I'm not lying. In the past 7 days, I don't believe him.
I initially bought him too. It's just that he you know, he revealed his true self.
Believe it or not, this chick looks like one of my daughters.
Yeah,
I got a daughter. It could be her.
The Glare did. Shout out to the Glare too. Okay. You said standing on business all the time. There was a lot of people because we saw what he was doing. We knew what he was doing, but he would get away with it. Guys, when you have somebody with 1 million subscribers as a YouTuber, come the hell on. I tell you, like, it does make you like, all right, hit the link, that type of situation. Hit the link, you know?
Duplicating things. If you look at a lot of these people, these key players, there's all duplicate stuff of them, whether it's purposely or imperposely.
Down the rabbit hole.
Why did this laptop magically appear?
Yeah, Zach.
After 72 hours of, or even more than 72 hours of AWP's video being put out. What if someone that knows about this was like, oh, look, there's a laptop there. They flipped the car over. Let's go back there. Look, guys, I found this laptop. Why do you think it took forever for the cops to get there? The cops that are good cops that are actually looking into this, they already have what they need. Why would they come out there for a laptop? And not to mention, listen, man.
Yeah, I got it.
My perspective, but I watched this entire video. I've never seen anyone fake cry about finding a piece of technology. AWP dove down there and found a actual body of a child, and he come up and was just shocked. Did he cry? No. Why is this guy crying over finding a laptop?
Begging you to be kind, be kind, be kind.
Oh my goodness. This was an exhibit. This is an exhibit, okay? Everything that I'm showing you right now is nothing but exhibits that the jury saw, okay? So that's one of them.
Hey, please.
There was a laptop that was found. I don't even know if they figured out what connection it had to any of this. I think it was just a laptop that was found, and that was it. But hey, man, I don't know. That was the thing. Okay, hold up. I gotta close some of these exhibits. Close because I got too many of them open. His voice. I know his voice is a little bit like, what's the word? Off. Is that the word? He just seems so off. Okay, here's another one. Let me show you guys this exhibit right here. I don't think it was, or I think it was just a laptop that they found. That was it. But people made a big deal about the laptop. So, okay, let's look at this one.
I'm going to pin it.
Just keep your eye on people like myself. Keep your eye on me and watch what I'm about to go through in the next few months, and you'll see who the fuck is corrupt around Nashville, fucking Tennessee. I don't give a fuck. I have freedom of speech. I can say whatever the fuck I want to. And anybody that don't fucking back me up on this, then fuck you. You're a fucking piece of shit anyways. You're not American as me.
We've seen this.
So you mean to tell me I've spent $1.6 million on a court case that ain't even went to court yet? Because why? Because I think I don't know if somebody's a real person or not, because I don't believe they're a real person. It don't matter. I've never fucking met this person. I've never seen them in real life. There ain't no fucking videos of them on the internet. They have no social medias. There is no reason for me to think they're fucking real. If I thought the person was fucking real, I would say check me into a psych ward.
There's one. You said, and this was while the everything was happening, right? Like that's he's expressing his opinion. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me show y'all another. Hit the like button, guys, please, and thank you. Here's this one. Ta-da-da. Here we go.
So remember that stupid bullshit ass fucking family, the Rodneys, with their fucking mysteriously CGI fucking daughter, Kylie Rodney. How dare you talk about Kylie Rodney? Shut the fuck up. The person ain't even fucking real. These motherfuckers dragging people into goddamn court, making us hardworking motherfuckers spend millions of dollars. Not no more.
What's up?
But guess what, fellas? The ball's in my court now, and well, the case is continued indefinitely. Yeah, buddy. Do you know what indefinitely means? Look it up. It means I have unlimited time to not do shit. Thank you to our American government that's fixing shit. Continued indefinitely. Ball's in your court, Upchurch, for all fucking eternity with this case, if you would like. Indefinitely.
Yeah, I don't think it worked out that way.
You about to see?
I don't like his indefinitely. I don't like his indefinitely. His indefinitely cost you $17.5 million. Nah.
Everyone knows. And it's coming more to light and more to light.
Yes,
what
sir.
this whole operation is. And boy, I tell you.
Hey, you know where I'll be at tomorrow night, Mike. I'll be out there.
I can't wait to see what country music singers downtown just magically disappear. Where'd they go? Oh no.
Wait, what?
They went somewhere because why? Because they're fucking criminals.
Right, slave right.
Oh, damn. Okay. The country music singers are going to disappear because they're effing criminals. Lord have mercy. You know what? Yeah. Let me see what this is. Is that the same one? I think it's the same one we just played. Lord. Yeah, and that was in that was October 2025, guys. So that was just recent. That was an exhibit. Now, this is another interesting clip. You're gonna find some of your favorite creators as well. Maybe. I don't know. At least some of them. It tells you what the jury saw, what creators and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know, man. I'm a little worried. But listen. This is an exhibit. Okay. And I was trying to see. I don't know some of these people up here. I mean, I know like at least two of them. I don't know the other ones. It says right here, I'm gonna read them. You know, there's Zap Girl, Bella, Gypsy, Tiffany Taboo, Upchurch, something. I don't know that person's name. Somebody named Todd and JP. Anyways, I'm not even going to even try again. Let me just play this clip. Y'all can watch it, okay? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Here we go. Can we just take a moment?
Let's take let's do it.
Can we take a moment? Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like, wow. It's the most
That's so
poor
sad.
girl. That's so
You
sad.
guys, let's put a prayer out for Kylie and for Kylie's family, please, right now. There's over 1,000 people in chat as a collective, whatever you believe in.
I remember this one.
Don't be disappointed if I don't catch nothing, though, man. And a lot of times when I'm out fishing, I'll be looking around and, you know what I mean? I'll be trying to watch.
I remember this one. I think I watched this in real time too. When this was when she was found, when AWP, by the way, that in itself was a whole controversy. Did AWP tell the family, like, before putting it online that she had been found? I remember there was controversy about all of that. Who found out first? Because the family was out there too. So there's that. I mean, there's just so many nuances to it and whatnot. You said you need we need an exorcism. Let me read some people. Hold up. Infamous, thank you so much for being a 29-month member. Shout out to you, love. Thank you. Appreciate you. Infamous, thank you. That's like forever. Thank you, love. Morris says, thank you for the 5. Says, I backed away from a lot of people that was backing him.
Yeah.
Just because he was famous. It was crazy how many people allowed him to just say whatever he wanted. That was the problem. So
believe it or not, for red fishing, the heat is a good thing because it makes the mullet gasp for air at the top of the water, and it's easier feeding.
Around this time, this is when she was found, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember how all of this went down, B-Tim, wasn't there some controversy about how the family found out that she had been found? Like, I think it was AWP had put it out there before the family even knew, so they found out through social media too. So when her body was found, her body was found inside of this car, okay, underwater. All right, and
I'm not.
I don't know if it was filmed. There was a lot of controversy behind
I don't like
the way that she was
it
found.
cost him so much money. I don't think that's fair. I think that was like over, and for a lack of a better word, overkill. It was egregious, but he was wrong. He was wrong.
down what she looked like and everything. Okay. They were on, everybody was on a panel and they were like, I guess, giving their prayers and condolences. This is around the time where Upchurch still believed that Kylie Rodney was real. Okay. Let me go back a little bit. This is, Lord have mercy. How long is this? Is it an hour and 17? I hope it's not the whole hour. No, I don't think so. It's like a minute. All right, let's keep going.
Ryan, do you want to lead us in a quick prayer?
He's leading the prayer, y'all.
They put him on the spot.
May we pray for Kylie, Kylie's family, Kylie's friends. And I want to say that nobody should really be doing anything about this now.
Yeah, but
there really shouldn't be anything put in.
Too fucking cocky, bro. He thinks his shit don't stink. If we're being 100% correct, he thinks he's above everybody else. Just like in that one video when he's like, I wouldn't be around none of you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It was like he separates himself from everybody else. He thinks he's better than. And that's why he screams at everybody and he feels comfortable getting on people's asses and fucking talking to them like a fucking dog. When in reality, he's farther down the totem pole than the average person. And he doesn't even realize it.
Anywhere, it's going to make our mom even more devastated than she's already going to be. I hope everybody can heal from this. And I hope everybody can watch the community of Truckee and be a little bit more careful and be aware of y'all surroundings so this don't happen to anybody else. And no other mom has to go to sleep with their daughter not in the house with them.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Ryan.
He led the prayer. I remember this. I remember this because, you know, how all of this kind of went down after. And then after that, there was like an issue. Anyways, it got big. So yeah, he led the prayer. You know, was she real then? Or was she not real? When did she stop being real? That's what I want to know. Like when did all that happen? That's what I want to know. So that was him leading the prayer. Let's see, what else do they have? For some reason, I don't know. It's a great question. As a matter of fact, we're going to pin that question because I have a feeling I'm going to be able to, we'll follow up on that one that you just asked in the chat. Hold up. Now, hold up. What did I just show? This is clip prayer for Kylie Rodney. Yeah, okay, we played that one. Money laundering. Oh, look at this. Okay, so let me see if I can show you guys this photo video. So this was in his Instagram page. Okay. Let's remove this real quick. You said, Chrissy's like, that didn't sound very sincere, Rabbit. I'm sorry. I don't think so either. I didn't think so, but you know, that's just, who am I to, I don't know. Anyways, so this was in his Instagram. He says, at this point in time, it's looking like Kylie Rodney case was a fraudulent money laundry / extortion scheme. Wrong. This is Instagram. By the way, I got like 2,184 like hearts on Instagram. Okay. Which is why everyone's scattered. Wow. Okay. And then it goes and it says, it's a message. Bro, I'm not sure this court case is authentic. I was thinking about it last night. I have never gotten a letter in the mail, nor seen an actual document involving it. Maybe that's why Cynthia didn't want to go to court. Maybe it's what the government is talking about on TV, all the election fraud with courts. Somebody asked, what do we do? Because the website said terminated. Then I don't know, what am I supposed to do? Cynthia left me hanging because, Caught left me hanging. Caught left me hanging. That's what it says. I don't know what's there to do. I don't know anything. She was handling everything. I don't know the status of it or anything. And I don't know how to find out. Yeah, well, the other lawyer said they haven't set a date yet. See what I mean? LOL. So if I'm thinking out loud, this is Ryan Upchurch talking to a friend, maybe, I don't know, and saying that his lawyer, who might have been Cynthia or whatever,
Cynthia
left him high and dry, you know, and doesn't even know. Is this even a real case? Because my lawyer's like, I don't know. She's not there. It must not be real. I've never gotten a letter in the mail. Never got a letter in the mail. Yet he knew that he was being sued. I mean, I'm sure he got served, right? Or something. He said, you know, it might be tied to the election fraud. I don't know. But he posted this on social media. And this is what the point that he was making, that at this point, it's looking like the Kylie Rodney case was a fraudulent money laundering scheme. Cazador de ardillas. That's what I'm saying. ¿Qué? What are you talking about? No, I don't. No entiendo nada.
Yeah, right.
Nada,
Talking
nada.
about
Meaning, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, when AWP was talking about, this is going to go two ways. We're going to see what they're going to do. We have another video ready to upload right now, depending on which way that they go with it. But man, it looks fishy. So fishy.
Okay. Oh, now this is interesting. And I have to be careful with this video because I specifically remember this video. This video I remember. And the only reason I got to be careful is because he uses Google Earth. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I have to be very careful because I don't want to make sure I'm not showing addresses or anything like that. I don't know if they live there. And honestly, I don't care. And I'm not trying to re-put stuff on the internet that's already been removed. But here's this, okay? So I remember this video because it was uploaded to like his thing, right? And he's Google searching, right? And I remember, I think it was called, found another picture of Kylie's CRV on Google Earth. Okay? Starts Google searching. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Okay? Starts pulling out family information. This is some of the example of it, okay? The brother, everybody, the dad, everybody starts Google searching. Oh, let me stop. Let me move a little bit. Starts pulling out information. I'm trying to be very careful. He goes on Google Earth. So he gets all those addresses from searching. He goes straight to Google Earth, right? He starts going in there, finding out the business of the family, yada, yada, yada. Let's see if I can and I might have to blur some of this. But essentially, he's looking for Kylie's car. Okay.
She was put in there, and some of the people that we might have seen on the news were involved with it.
Y'all see that last clip right there? This one is very interesting because let me tell you what people were trying to do. Remember I told you yesterday, I think it was yesterday, when the All-American Cartel LLC, they got involved, right? They were trying to, or at least, I don't know if they did, but there was images that AWP had released when they found Kylie Rodney. They had released some of these images. Some creators were trying to unblur the image so that they can see Kylie Rodney. That's how deep, and one specific creator here actually did put it out. It was so disgusting. I still don't know how the hell he has a following, but
that's
he did that.
Fucked up.
He put it out there. Put it out there. Yeah. So some of that is, I'm pretty sure this is the footage from the AWP stuff. Okay. Some people are aware. So this is one exhibit, right? Let me see if I can remove it. There's some more exhibits. Let's see what else. Linda found another picture of Kylie Rodney CRV, money laundering. We've seen that. Instagram comments. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. And I'm going to show you all another thing too, okay? Oh, no, there's more. So much more, so much more. Here's this. Just Elvis. Picture of Elvis, right? Well, Ryan explained something to me. You claim Kylie Rodney is not real. You said that she was fake because you never met her, never seen her. Well, you never met Elvis Presley either. So is he fake? Ryan Upchurch answers that he says, I don't think she's real, period. And my grandmother has proof of Elvis being real, motherfucker. I live in Tennessee. I know Elvis is real, LOL. Somebody says, projection. They tag Ryan. Projection, they said. That's all you do. It's all you know how to do is projection, is project. You never personally met him. So how could he be real? You're a literal.
Yeah, Colorado
literal
is
Ryan.
not real.
You're
That's
literal
bullshit.
Ryan. I've come to the conclusion that you
bullshit.
are, excuse me, liberal, not literal, liberal.
Well, I've never been to Colorado.
They meant liberal. You're a liberal. You are part of the
But I
party
can
that
take it
supports
to the
Satan,
internet.
evil, and deep fakes. I mean, for God's
bullshit.
sake, you support
It's not
Johnny Gobble. I don't know who the hell Johnny Gobble is. Sorry, y'all. If I'm naming names that I'm not supposed to, and I'm freezing now. Look at this. I might have to change the battery. You do know Johnny Gobbles. That's what it says. So I might have to turn off my camera because it's freezing. Anyways, you said Linda. I'll be off camera for a little bit, guys. Okay. Hold up. That he said, I don't know, man. I'm just like reading. I'm like, Lord have mercy. The conclusions. Now we got more exhibits. Okay. Let's get into the other one. I'm like, what is that? So how do we know? Is Elvis real? Do we know if Elvis is real? How do we know if Elvis is real? Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, listen, we're going to use that one for last. Hold up. You remember yesterday we were reviewing, let me show you. Y'all gonna get a kick out of this one.
I'm sorry.
Yesterday we were reviewing that one video and I was telling you guys, man, this video aged perfectly because I have the whole video, right? And some of these clips are no longer available. Did y'all know that the guy did the flip flop and like really flipped in the flop and did all the most? like as of yesterday, y'all, I'm not even joking. You know, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, okay? And you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. So apparently our video was shown as an exhibit. Shout out to us. We are not exhibitionists, but shout out to us, I guess. Let me show you. Let's see. Yeah, that's us. This clip, and it was cut because they wanted to specifically use the individual who you guys are going to see right here on this video, okay? Let me play it, and y'all going to see exactly what the jury saw from our video.
We are the All-American Cartel. Julio, let's do this.
Welcome, cartel members, analysts, Facebook friends, Twitter followers, random YouTube viewer, TikTok vendors, viewer, fortune hunter, anybody else that might be watching. Thanks for joining me. My name is Julio. I have the theorizing.
Is that J-Rod?
And my friends,
Is it?
we will not relent. You go out to right up here, the Creek Squad, which I'm now an honorary member. I would like to say unofficially, but still, you come after the Creek Squad, you come after the cartel.
Yeah, it's lights out.
Inadvertently, you're scared of the cartel, I do believe, and I know. Throughout the search for Kylie, a country singer by the name of Ryan Upchurch from Nashville, Tennessee, and a ridiculous video. This is absolute horse.
Yeah, leave Ryan Upchurch alone, man.
Jury, if you're watching any of us right now, listen, I was laughing at the clownery. I was not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at the clownery because I remember I was like, Lord have mercy, this is some clownery. And now they're watching this. No. Let's keep going.
I've been already researching since the very
beginning. Come on, I tell. Just all American, baby.
Right now, in this live stream, I do not give a fuck about whoever say whatever they say. It hit different when I tell you. Big shout out to Ryan Upchurch. The real justice for Kylie Browning, he has the biggest opportunity ever to expose Truckee, to expose Kylie Browning's family.
Not quite that happy. Right now,
that's why I play the anthem of our flag that he had on his page. Make sure you go and click that and subscribe to his page.
By the way, I was sent a video last night. I think he flipped. He completely flipped. Girl, he flipped. I told y'all he was flipping in this video. Like when I did that video, it was very interesting because it was kind of like, sorry, I got to change my battery, y'all. He flipped. Okay. He is now, dragging Ryan Upchurch and dragging anybody. And I'm like, I mean, that's cute and all and everything, but like, I just think it was very convenient of you. Like, I don't think you really are very genuine. I'm telling you, I saw somebody sent me the video. They said, he flipped. I said, no, he did not flip. And he called himself the biggest snitch. Now, the biggest true crime snitch. Now, let me tell you something. You can't be a snitch and be part of the cartel. Like, I don't know about y'all. I've never been part of any cartels. Okay. And I don't understand a business that would have the name Cartel LLC to it. Like, that's just crazy work, But, I mean, I guess get creative. I don't know, my favorite movie is The Godfather, so there's that. But I will say that that was just an interesting flip of a dime. And so yeah, he's dragging everybody. He's dragging everybody that he dragged Upchurch yesterday and basically said that the government was going to take all his money. He said it. He said, they're going to get his assets and they're going to collect everything and it's just going to be. And I said, Lord have mercy that you went from showing knives, making threats, suddenly the government is going after Upchurch. And then he was dragging, listen, I may not be, in agreement with Harsh reality, but, I've gotten to know Harsh here and there. And I don't think he's Harsh is Harsh, right? I don't agree. We don't have to have the same opinion. That's why I love about YouTube, right? But, I can appreciate that, he did an excellent job covering the Liam Payne case. And we were on the same page there. And there might be another case where we're on the same page, right? But he was also dragging Harsh. And I said, at the very least, Harsh can tell you, he don't change his opinion. He stays kind of where he's at. But at the same time, it's like, he was your friend, come on now. We never even gave this guy a nickname, which I don't think I'm going to give him one. You said, hold up. I'm trying to fix this camera because, the thing, I think I just need to restart the freaking, anyways, my camera's giving me issues right now, but that's okay. You said if there's, one takeaway from everything Ryan has done, it's that all women don't need to be mothers. This man could have been avoided. Lord have
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Now why you gotta be so messy for Slippery's podcast? That's something that I would say. You leave that to me, okay? You leave that to me. All right. That was funny though. I will say that was kind of funny. Yeah, so he flipped and he flopped, okay? But I'm not surprised at all. Like I said, just like Ronan said right here, something about there's no honor among thieves or anything like that. Who said it? Thank you, Ronan. Shout out to my beautiful, wonderful mods. Yeah. Now, I want to show you guys something else that was also in the exhibits. Okay. And I'd never seen this before. And when I saw this, I'm gonna tell you, y'all, I didn't even want to play my intro because I wasn't sure if I was gonna play this initially or what I was gonna do. I'd never seen this before, and it like literally got me teary-eyed. Okay. A family member, okay, was asking him to stop. Okay. Asked him to stop. He said, Ryan Upchurch, please stop. You're hurting my family. Kylie's grandpa, Robertson. Okay. Asking him to stop. Said he went to his channel. Okay, screenshot of it there. He said, stop. It's just sad, right? He just wanted him to stop. I mean, they were already going through it, right? The fact that, you got everybody questioning because everybody's going to question, and there's, to a certain degree, I get it. There's a lot of valid questions to, the things that people were asking. I don't say that there wasn't, right? A young girl gets in a car. What happened? Why did it happen? Why was she at this party? She's young. There's a lot, right? A lot.
Yeah. See, that's a normal question, man. That's a normal question. Like they tried to say, "Oh, you already slandering these people, body yada yada." No, I'm saying, why was a 16-year-old girl allowed to go to a party? Normal people don't let their kids go and drink and drive at 16 years old. Now, they've made up every excuse in the world. You sneak out, this and that. Yeah, but she didn't sneak out. They knew that she went, or her mother did. The text messages are there. I'm not putting anything out there that, I'm not making shit up. I was looking at what was said. And as a parent, I can't do that. I couldn't do that.
Hold up, guys.
Yeah, there were some things I didn't see either, Tiki. That's one of the reasons why I'm watching it.
Hold up, y'all. My camera's like frozen in time. Look, I look like I'm mad. Hold up, give me 1 second. Look at this. I'm mad. It's not even me right now. Anyways. So yeah, they were asking like what, just stop the behavior. They wanted him to stop the behavior, right?
Which is fair to ask,
Well, sorry guys. I don't know what's going on with my thing's acting up. It's okay. But I was able to get the other stuff going. I want to show you guys a video. Okay. And I did upload this video for those that missed it. And I wasn't sure if I was going to play it at the beginning or at the end or when. But when you have somebody who says, she's not real, she's not real, she's not real, have you ever seen it? What's going on? Right. Like that has always been kind of his push, right? Whether she existed, whether she didn't, anybody seen a picture of her? Anybody seen anything? Just these questions. Right. And, I think back about Celeste Rivas Hernandez, right? Because I think that even that video, when we were questioning just like, overall, like, how come there's no pictures here? What's going on? There was just so many questions that we had, but we came from it of the perspective of like, why isn't there more, or why did it stop? And we didn't really know a whole lot of what was happening, right, with her. And we didn't know that, she had run away. There might've been selective videos out there about her. So then when you have this individual, like here, let me show it. Okay. Sure. You guys have probably seen this. This is one, I think I just showed it earlier, but before I show the other video, I think this is important. Okay.
So with that being said, everyone telling me I should be ashamed of myself. How dare you say that, oh, this is fake? Show me that it's real. Show me proof of Kylie Rodney. Show me proof of Sammy Smith. Show me proof of Mag. Show me proof of those people. Show me proof of Ronnie. Why don't you try chasing down who Zanime is or Ikmel? You can't tell me who any of those people are. You're not going to find shit.
No.
Now, look, I do see the dumb people.
So I guess Zanime and Mel and none of these people were real either, right? Like, none of these people are real. They were never real. They never happened. It never happened. Is it real yet? I mean, listen, I typically, when I do like, you know what? Barbara Bish is a great question. Maybe they should have done that, but that, I don't know. I don't know if they could have. Show me the proof. It's like, yeah, right. It's like, show me the proof, right? But it's so convenient to say that all of these people were not real because it wasn't really working for your, narrative, right? It wasn't working for your narrative. Better to make them not real. Okay. But it just gives you an idea. This is what the jury saw too.
Comments. I don't really comment back to them that much because they're dumb people. I see the comment where people's like, "Oh, what are you, Alex Jones?" I don't know what that means. What does that mean? If you're asking me if I'm another person, the answer is no. I'm Ryan Upchurch. If you're asking me, is this a war on information? I'm going to say yes, because misleading information is what is letting these people get away. Don't you see that? I mean, if you want to sit in the comments and make Alex Jones jokes, I mean, go for it. You're welcome to do what you want in the comments.
The irony is this, though. The Judge Campbell, wrote his opinion, and, there was a lot of references to Alex Jones, right? Because that's the argument that he tried to make, and that didn't quite work for him. So it's weird, but it's like, that was the argument that was used.
But here we're talking about facts. And the fact of the matter is, GoFundMe is a fucked up business to individuals who use it like fucked up people. Of course, GoFundMe is used for good reasons. Somebody in the neighborhood, their house burns down and they can't afford it and they need a little bit of help getting back on their feet, whatever, that's fine. But do you realize that you can be a millionaire on GoFundMe by catfishing people with internet deaths? You could do it fast as fuck. Look at the Kylie Rodney GoFundMe. It's made $63,000 in the past 7 days. That's one GoFundMe for Kylie Rodney. If you have 5 GoFundMes for each individual person that you catfish, fake a death with, all you need is 3 people.
Wow. See, I'm not well versed in, you said clearly, where's everybody at? Where y'all say? He said the only justice for the Rodneys would be if he loses everything. Lord have mercy. I mean, he literally, okay. So fake your death. And that's the easiest way to get a GoFundMe. That's what he just said, right? Okay. Well, there you go, friends.
Wow. 3 people, 3 viral stories. You're a millionaire. Now that might raise red flags and there might be discrepancies in you getting your money. But you see how I just said that and explained that? That will be taken and interpreted by people who are in on the scheme that are getting a cut of the money.
Wow.
I mean, why wouldn't they defend it? It's free money. It's free money. It gets the heat off of you because everybody's looking for a bullshit person that you made up. Because why? Because you pushed a car in the lake? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, you didn't commit a real crime. So the person that's doing it, it's an internet crime. It'll be okay. And more than likely, they'll be getting away if everyone's led in the wrong direction. So in their mind, they're just finna get a bunch of free money in 60 days. Show me real proof of Kylie Rodney existing and Sammy Smith existing. And like I said, don't be like, well, it's obviously a human. Yes, I know. Show me proof of these people.
Oh my God.
With their names actually existing. It's easy, right? Okay, well then show me these things. Show me a picture of her beside her CRV. Show me of her making a video in it. Show me anything that indicates this is real. You can't.
Oh my God.
Because it ain't. It's a scam.
There you go. So this is what the jury saw, by the way, at least that we know of. You said he looks like he's yeah. Well, I was told that he was then shown, or at least the jury, and he saw this too. He was shown this video. Okay. He was shown this video, guys. He was shown this video. And it's crazy. So the court allowed them to show this video, and he just kind of like, whatever. I don't know. Like the part that really like got to me is she was musically talented, right? And here's somebody, Ryan Upchurch, who, whether you like his music or not, people find him talented, right? Here's Kylie Rodney playing the guitar. She sings. The girl had cool, you know what I mean? Like her vocals were like on point. And when I saw this, I said, I had never seen this before. Never. Everything that I've seen of Kylie Rodney has been pictures. I have never seen this video. And, to see her there, and I had to message somebody. I said, is this really Kylie? This is Kylie and her grandfather, guys. Okay. And they were playing a song. This is one of our favorite songs. And they play this for the court. When Upchurch got on the stand, I guess even after all this played out, he continued to say, and she was not real. Okay? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm going to play some of this. And again, shout out to, the family. Like, they've been through a lot, and, they deserve peace. They deserve to be able to celebrate Kylie however they want to. Even on the stand. Yes, for Celebrities Podcast, even on the stand.
She grew up playing simple in a farming town. Her daddy played fiddle and used to do the calling when they had low down. She sang the neighbors from Calvin and Rube while the grandma's furniture out. And there be 20 or more on the old board, dancing to a country sound. The Carters and Jimmy Rogers play her favorite songs. And on Saturday nights there was a radio show and she would sing along. And I'll never forget her face when she revealed to me that she dreamed about singing in the Grand Ole Opry. Her eyes will always sparkle when she sang those songs. While she was taking the flow with her line, I was a kid, she was traveling along. But I'll be playing every prince of her fantasy obliviously. There ain't no doubt about it. She sure made a mark on me. She played old gospel words on the phonograph. We turned up loud and sing along for Thursdays that passed. Just now when I am older, it hurts me. Then I was singing in the Grandy's Opry. And we sing serious, jamming about everything. Until I ride the gospel ship, living in Jubilee. And I pray triumphant, hoping my soul be free. And my burdens will be lifted. My Savior's face I see. So I don't want to get adjusted to this world below. Cause I know I'll finally need to make my time to go. And nothing on this earth is not last here to me. That's the sound of my
Yeah, BC too. Me too, man. That's why we're watching this.
Yeah. So when I first saw this, man, I got into I just started bawling. I said, "Oh my God," because like I said,
that makes it hit different right there. It really does, man.
But now it's like, it's interesting that
you get caught up in the moment.
That
I think that's what a lot of people's problem was, is they got caught up in the moment and there was no actual life, because all we seen was just still photos and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, very sad, Jen. Yeah, man. And that just puts motion to those pictures that we saw. Yeah, it is. Got hard. Yeah.
Harm the family the way that they did is somebody who is an artist, who is musically gifted, whether I like his music or not. And here you have this child who was musically gifted, right?
Why would people?
And the thing I was trying to tell you guys earlier is that sometimes you learn life lessons through your own kids. If it doesn't impact you directly, it might impact you that way. And this is why
Chad is
you have to be able to reflect on the
convince a tweaker that a guy that works at a brewery is a undercover.
things that you do in life. Because if you don't, you pay it with time.
What's up, Jack Rabbit? How you doing, sir?
And that's all we have, right? All we have is that's the most precious thing that we have in life is time.
BC,
okay?
No
Somebody
doubt,
say it's money,
no
okay? But time is precious. So even if his ego or whatever it may be gets the best of him and all this other stuff, and people try to justify that, man, let me tell you something. That is a grown ass man, okay? And it's how life is gonna go for him. So it is what it is. You said, I know, Auntie, I know, and that's why it's a difficult thing. But for me, when I saw this, I said, "Oh my God!" Like I'd never seen this before, and this is what they played for the jury, and they were allowed to play it in the court. And I just thought it was just so sad, overall. And like I said, I've never really seen a whole lot of things about Kylie other than the pictures. And for me, I never even looked into social medias and stuff like that. Ultimately, she was a minor when she died, right? And so were her friends. All of her friends were minors. This was a party with a bunch of minors, right? And it was a tragic accident. But it's just crazy work, but hopefully there will be peace, and they can, grieve in peace and celebrate her and, do all those things, because like I said, I don't think that they deserve that. And ultimately, I think that this is a lesson for a lot of us, right? We can only, I don't know. To me, it's something that I've taken to heart in terms of how I talk about true crime, and what I do and what I say on this platform. It's something that I definitely, regardless if you're 1,500 subscribers to 1 million, you got to be mindful of the things that you say and you do. Yeah. And how much mouth can cause so much damage is, astounding. The mouth is a weapon for sure. Yeah. So that being said, though, let me shout out some people, and I want to remind everybody, we have a very exclusive interview tomorrow. Okay. You don't want to miss it because it's pertaining to this. I'm telling you, be here. I'm not saying who it is. I might say maybe 10 minutes before. There might be a live really quickly to tell you what and who. But this is a very important interview, and I'm very excited about it because I think I even got a sitter for Baby Bunny. Okay, let me tell you. All right, we got a sitter for Baby Bunny. That's how exclusive and important this interview is. Okay, it's already scheduled, Barbara Bish. It's 11:30 Mountain Time, which is 12:30 Central, which is what 1:30 Eastern. So it's already scheduled. It's in the books. It's in the books. So y'all get ready for tomorrow. You guys are really gonna. If you're a Ryan Upchurch fan, you're gonna want to see this tomorrow for sure. That's what I gotta say.
Hey, and shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole for putting all this together. I truly appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for for renewing your membership. First of all, shout out to you. Thank you. B-Tip says pride goes before destruction. Yep. Ain't that the truth, right? Like, not to be all whatever, but it's just like, I heard that before. Joey, thank you so much for the 189. Not now, but please check your email for me. I definitely will. I've been so behind, y'all. So like I said, but that's going to end pretty soon. Hopefully, once I get some things settled, y'all know, my members know what I'm talking about. Once I get some things settled, it's going to, my schedule's going to look a little different. So you guys will see me a lot more often. There'll be a lot more lives. And then summer, this is the last week of school. So this is amazing for us. So I'll be here more available and stuff like that. Shout out to us. But you guys, thank you so much. Thank you. Joey, thank you again. Everybody for being here. The live is already scheduled. Check it out for tomorrow. Put your notifications on. Like I said, y'all don't want to miss tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, you guys don't want to miss tomorrow. I will see you guys on the next one. And bye guys. Bye. I'm off the camera, y'all, because the camera froze. So bye guys. Have a good night. Bye.
So for those of you who hasn't seen all the footage and all the things, and because some of you may be like me, right? I missed quite a bit of this. Has it changed your opinion on how you see things? For me, yeah, he was definitely wrong. And I don't know, seeing that video of that girl singing with her grandpa, that hit different for me. Man. What can you say? There was real damage done. And 17.5 is still a lot of money for me. You know what I mean? But I hate it, man. And I bet if you go to his channel right now, them videos are still up. You want to bet? Let's just take a little trip over to his channel. And let's see. I bet they're still up. They're still up. You don't think they are? Well, let's go see. I hope they're not. I hope he's smart enough to take them down. After seeing that, you would hope he would. A church crashing out, huh? Let's just see. He may have been court ordered to take him down. Good. It looks like they are gone. Looks like all the trolling videos are gone. Well, ain't that something? Well, maybe he learned a lesson, didn't he? Gowhart says, you can't put a number on a child's head, so when given the ultimatum from the courts to do so, you got to make it astronomical. True that, man. True that. What in the algorithm, huh? Lacker Thinner Larry's still up. I'm just looking to see what he's still left up. See, I take it that he's learned a lot from Soldier Boy, because that's what Soldier Boy did too, right? And I know I've heard that episode from him where he explained what he did and how to get internet searches and all. And Ryan copied that is what that's about. Well, I guess that's about it for me tonight, man. Yeah, all of it's gone. That's a good thing, though. It should have been gone a long time ago. There was no point in leaving it up, right? I will say one thing, though. He stood on what he said. He stood on what he said. It was stupid. Y'all want to watch him? We'll go see what Chad got to say. I'm sure he's probably... ain't that crazy that fucking... Well, I guess maybe not. Maybe not. We watched that one.
Entertainment worldwide.
The cops love me, and the waitress at Waffle House knows me. And
so this is some of the unreleased parts of the interview. We're not going to use any more of the interview stuff for our last episode. I was just kind of digging back through it, and I was like, wow, how relevant this is. So here's a little something to hold you over until our final episode on May 27th or 28th. Another thing I want to say, huge shout out to not only my wife, Chelsea, but Jay, our camera guy, to Trevor, to our legal team, to my manager at Globo Entertainment, Peter LaFour, and thank all you guys for the support. So here's something to kind of hold you over. It's a little short thing, but I hope you enjoy it.
Like, where is the law in our country I thought I was allowed to say someone I never met before ever in my fucking life and can't find pictures of. I thought I was allowed to say that person don't exist to me. I don't know if they're real or not. And then everybody's like, how dare you say this person you never met and don't know? How dare you say they're not real? Do you realize if you say they're real, you have a goddamn mental instability? But if you didn't meet someone and never met them before in your life, you're allowed to say they're not real because to you, they're not. If you think they're real without fucking seeing them, you have a mental instability. Something is wrong with you. Period. What I'd like to see for 2026, I would like to see people fucking be held accountable for their bullshit, dude.
A content creator on YouTube has been ordered to pay $17.5 million in a federal defamation case involving a Truckee family. According to court documents, Ryan Upchurch was found liable of defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress against the family of Kylie Rodney.
Like the fact that anybody can be sued for freedom of speech and saying that they don't think somebody's real they never met is fucking insane. And it costed me $1.6 million. And then when I'm like, yeah, no, we're taking this shit to court. And then the person you hired and paid $1.6 million fucking dollars to is like, no, we can't. I'm scared. What are you talking about? No, bitch, this better go to court because I want my fucking justice on this shit, right? And they're just allowed to leave? I don't understand. And when the fucking judge signs off on, oh, well, Mr. Upchurch isn't communicating with me. The fuck are you talking about? Then how did you make all this money? If I paid all my invoices that you gave me and it added up to $1.6 fucking million. So where is this non-communication? Because we were definitely communicating for me to pay you all this fucking money for nothing, apparently. And the judge signed off on it. So fuck that judge too. That motherfucker can eat a fucking dick as well. Because he ain't living up to being a fucking American. What, you just gonna fucking, you gonna let this person bail out because she says I'm not communicating with her? Are you fucking shitting me? Dude, I literally went, it got to the point where I had to go. I was like, fuck it. They were waking me up all the time to go to these depositions, these meetings, a bunch of bullshit that didn't fucking matter. Like, why you gotta go to 65 gajillion fucking meetings for freedom of speech? It should just be freedom of speech. You go to court, and then they say, Mr. Upchurch, did you say this person's not real? Yes, I did. Mr. Upchurch, you think they're real? No, I fucking don't. The lawyer literally told me you have to say she's real. I'm not lying in court and saying she's real when I don't know if she's real or not. You want me to commit a crime in court? You want me to lie under oath? Yeah, go fuck yourself. I ain't lying for shit. Fuck this. If the system is that crooked, then fuck the system too. What are you gonna say? He's on drugs. Bitch, give me the piss cup, motherfucker. I ain't on drugs.
Josh.
This has been Painting Time with Ryan Upchurch.
That was fucking crazy. Y'all's fucking microphone sucks. The fuck are they doing?
Couple more stops, but we're out here. Allegedly, in my opinion. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Kind of fighting with this rain, but we appreciate y'all. See y'all soon.
We need a new church interviewer. I don't want to watch Candace Owens.
I would never do it. Okay. What a fucking mess, motherfucker.
Almost there. All right. So we are about to do my very first. I had some buddies come down from Huntsville, Alabama tonight, and they're just playing for a couple of my friends. This band's called Paint Humper, and they're from Huntsville, Alabama. Let you guys.
Nah, I can't listen to that shit. All right, y'all. I'm fixing to get the fuck off of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. You know, after watching that shit, like I said earlier, it kind of hits a little different, you know. Man, that's all I can say. Man, y'all check in with me over the weekend. We're gonna be fishing, man. Or is it about exposing from the case? I don't know, man. It just hits a little different. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Y'all have a good night. Miss Gina, thank you. Jen, thank you. I appreciate y'all modding. Really, I do, man. From the bottom of my heart. Y'all have a good night. Peace.